Hello, listeners. It's Molly from the podcast, calling to let you know that we just recorded some very exclusive content that started out as pizza talk, but then became really some hardcore salad talk. So if you are interested in this and many very strong opinions, many other things of interest, please.
Yep.
This is terrible.
Yep. Push through. You're doing it.
No, this is amazing.
This is good. Remember, you're leaving a phone message on an answering machine.
Oh, right. We invite you to become a patron for as little as $1 a month. It helps support our podcasts, like literally makes it possible for us to do, and is a whole lot of fun. And we so appreciate it. So anyway, call me back, or just go to patreon.com/totesrecall, and we'll see you there. Okay, bye.
.com.
Totes Recall.
Welcome to Totes Recall, the podcast where we talk about a movie we barely remember and or haven't ever seen. Spoiler alert.
We don't admit that up front.
Watch that movie, eat pizza and salad, one of which is the better of those two, pizza, and come back and talk about what we've learned about ourselves, the movie, society, how movies have progressed, capitalism, everything. My name is Dan.
This is Molly.
I'm also Dan.
And I'm Beth.
And our episode this month, because we cannot stop respecting our listeners,
Whoa.
is the number
What do you
2
mean?
winner of the Respect Listener Opinions poll, 10 Things I Hate About You.
Wow.
Whoa.
You're welcome, slightly under-respected listeners
Yes,
from last month.
the underdog.
Yeah.
I
Respect.
guess second place, the first loser.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh,
Second winner. Almost
Yeah.
winner.
Almost
Backup winner.
backup winner.
Vice President.
If the most respected listener cannot serve their duty,
Yeah.
you will be stepped up to be the most respected.
The vice respect.
Yeah, that works.
Sure.
Or what's the
It's mostly
theater?
a ceremonial role, but
What's the
it's
theater
becoming
one?
more and more
Stand-in?
important in our modern society. What?
What?
Shadow?
What?
No,
Shadow performer?
No,
Understudy.
understudy.
Shadow performer?
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing.
There is a shadow play happening
What?
while every real play is happening. Think about it.
Oh,
That was my
dear.
head exploding.
Yeah.
So, am I seriously the only person who has definitely seen this movie?
Yes.
How have you missed it?
I thought I had seen
Do
it.
you not love Heath Ledger? What's wrong with you?
I mean, this was like one of his first movies, wasn't it?
Yeah,
When he
it
was a
fairly early
young,
on.
handsome young man.
Well, sadly, he was always a
Well,
handsome young man.
sure.
Always handsome
Yeah,
forever.
Still pretty young. Yeah.
yeah.
What?
He'll be handsome forever
Oh
now?
God,
Oh,
this is.
I didn't mean to start so dark. Anyway, it was such a fun movie. How did you not see it?
I mean, I think this came out around the time that I was a teenager, which means I would have been like, a movie about me? Fuck that.
Wait, it's about you?
I mean, like, teen culture.
Oh, about teens.
Yeah.
I think I was just young enough that I probably wasn't old enough to see it.
Oh,
Yeah, I was probably also a teen boy without a girlfriend, so did not see any rom-coms. Is this a
Right.
rom-com?
Ish,
Yeah.
Rom-ish.
yeah, I
Romish?
think that's a great first bet and very on target.
Jaquette's bet, rom-com.
Okay.
Great.
I also believe I know the year this came out,
Because
and I
you do?
also know the year it came out, so I won't bet, I guess. Or I'll take a real Molly bet.
Okay.
You can also bet last.
I'll bet
Let
last.
us bat first.
Yeah. I'm on deck. No?
Yeah.
In the hole?
No.
No, on deck.
On deck's next. That's like the
Dugout?
shadow batter.
Who are
No.
you then?
Well, if I'm going last, I think I'm not even in the hole yet.
You're like in the locker room,
Yeah.
scratching your nuts.
Yep.
Oh
Yeah.
dear.
I don't know why that was.
That's unnecessary.
Watch a baseball game.
Yeah, they're always scratching their nuts.
Okay, so I was definitely just past teenagehood.
Okay.
So I was probably in my, I'm gonna guess, very late teens, early 20s, let's say college age.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go ahead and put it at 1996.
Whoa,
fun.
Okay.
Maybe it was later than that. I don't know.
I was going to say 97.
Mm.
That was my guess.
Okay. Then this movie came out even earlier than I thought. I was going to guess like 2002.
That's possible.
No.
Um,
No, it is. It's like late 90s, probably.
I saw a tweet a month ago
From?
about how this was the 20th anniversary. And then when I looked up the movie, I confirmed that it came out in 1999.
Oh, wow. Same year as The
Whoa.
Matrix.
Whoa.
Whoa, and Office Space. What a year for movies.
What a
Wow.
year.
99.
99. Pre-millennial.
Wow. So I was definitely in my early 20s.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I would have been at the very end of high school and only seeing Jet Li movies, probably.
Sure. God, maybe I did see this, though, because this is like, okay, so this movie is based on a Shakespeare play.
Yeah.
So
Is
now
this
I'm wondering.
The Taming of the Shrew?
I believe so, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh.
So now I'm wondering, maybe some like exhausted teacher made us watch it at
Oh.
some point, like an English teacher.
Oh.
Yeah, I think it is
You know what I mean?
very school friendly.
Yeah.
I mean, he gets into a little bit of trouble, but I don't
Sure.
think there's a lot of like sex scenes or anything.
I was 10.
Oh, 10 years you had about you.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, God.
So I was too young to see it. Like,
Mhm.
but I know that my friends
Your
all
parents
had
would be
seen
like,
it.
that Heath Ledger is Ledger.
Heath Ledger.
That Heath Ledger is too sultry and handsome for a 10-year-old girl
Yeah.
to see.
Also, was JGL in this?
Ooh, great question.
Was it JGL?
Certainly seems like he could be.
Seems
Wait,
too
who's
young,
JGL?
right?
Yeah, maybe not.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Oh,
No. You know what? He's in another number movie, that 500 Days of Summer or whatever.
Parentheses of summer.
But that was later.
Yes, he was
Yeah.
an adult then. He could be in this movie as some random teen.
could be. I don't think he is. I'm struggling to remember.
Who's the girl?
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Julia Stiles?
Julia Stiles,
Julia
right?
Stiles.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
Who else do we think is in this movie?
Okay, so is Julia Stiles the shrew?
Yes.
So she's a Uggo presenting.
What?
movie.
What?
No,
No.
you're thinking of the
Shrew
wrong play.
What's
Okay, here's what I think happens in Taming of the
Yes.
Shrew, and
All
by
right.
extension,
Yes.
this movie.
I
Oh
love
my
this.
word.
There's some like dudes who make a bet that one of them can't like make a girl hot and take her to some event
Yep. Yep.
because she's like a real meanie.
Okay.
She's real harsh.
Yeah.
She's the shrew.
Okay.
And they're like, I bet I can turn it around for her and get her onto the heteronormative path of attractiveness. And they're like, I'll take that bet. They shake hands.
Uh-huh.
And then through that process, turns out she's actually lovely on the
Oh.
inside.
Okay,
Oh,
here's what
dear.
I think is happening. Here's what
I think
you
you're
are.
thinking of
You're
She's
vaguely,
All That.
yeah, you're vaguely remembering the Shakespeare play correctly,
Okay.
but then you're imposing the plot of She's All That onto this high school movie, and then therefore adding it to the Shakespeare play.
Okay. So I'm right.
No.
That's what I'm hearing.
No,
Because in
not
the
at all.
Shakespeare play, like she's very pretty, and people are like into it, but
Oh.
she's just mean.
She's a meanie.
Yeah.
she's a shrew?
Is she
Well,
actually mean,
okay,
or
well,
it's
she's
like
mean from their perspective.
women shouldn't
From-
have opinions?
Yeah,
type of
she's
thing?
just very like assertive, and they're
She's
like, ugh,
Very, very smart, very clever,
Yes.
and very cutting.
and they're uncomfortable by that.
Yes.
So who hates things about who's you in this
Great
instance?
question.
Oh,
It's things she hates about her suitor.
Oh,
Ledger.
Heath Ledge.
And just, I don't know. I don't think this is really a spoiler because everyone's read Shakespeare at some point. But the situation between the two, it's not so much a bet.
You know, you could say he was the first hip hop artist. I just turned my chair around and sat in
What?
it the wrong way.
Who?
Oh, Shakespeare?
Never mind.
Oh, God bless
Billy
America.
Shakes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know a cool storyteller you might have heard of. Bill Shakespeare.
The situation is that the shrew, Shakespeare's word, not mine, has a little sister that
Oh.
everyone in the kingdom wants to marry
Oh, right.
because she's, or not the kingdom, the city or whatever, wants
Yeah.
to marry because she's very sweet and very beautiful.
She's got those hot genes.
And she's got dead
But-
money.
She's
Yeah.
also got the personality to match as far as the men are concerned.
Yes.
Yeah, I feel like you're taking up a little too easily for the men in this situation. But yes, accepting that view. But anyway, the two men, one of them is genuinely in love with her, and I
Oh.
think she's in
In love with the shrew?
him. No,
Oh.
with the younger sister.
Got it.
And so the bet is less a bet. It's more of, would you be willing? Because if they can just marry off
Like the ultimate
older
wingman.
sister.
Oh,
Right?
yeah.
If she gets married, then the father will allow the younger sister to get
Got
married,
it.
but
It's
not
like-
until. And so that's the holdup for the younger sister and her lover.
I see.
Oh.
It's like, suck it up. You got to marry the shrew so I can get with the goo.
What?
No.
The boo. You would
The boo.
clearly
Oh,
say
that's
boo.
way better.
Good
I was
Lord.
reaching.
Yeah.
But then am I right that over time he's like, well, actually, I love her.
Well, he's like,
And-
actually, maybe I am not quite so.
Are we talking about the
Fragile.
Shakespeare play or the movie that we're watching?
I don't know. Maybe both.
Okay.
Maybe the shrew was
'Cause
me all along.
I am nervous if
No.
this follows the Shakespeare play.
Yeah, I don't know. But no. I mean, basically, he comes to respect her, and that's what she wants is respect, like
Uh-huh.
any human.
Is she into him from the get-go?
No,
Or it's like
hell no.
GTFO, but then he like keeps...
It's not 10 things I eventually like about you.
Ooh.
It is 10 things I hate about
Right,
you.
but in the end... it's 10
he
things I
he
love
works
about
to
you.
win her back.
Does Heath grow? Is that what happens?
He would have to win her.
Yeah. Like, does he say, like, here are 10 things I will change about myself?
No, but he does make himself extremely vulnerable in a way that high schoolers would really relate to as vulnerable.
I gotcha.
Whoa.
Okay. Jaquette's bet, they make heavy use of lists of 10 things.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
A la, here's 10 things I will change about myself.
Yeah.
Here's 10 things I have now
Like
grown to
every
love about
character
you.
has a list of 10
Yeah.
things? Oh, that'd be
Yeah.
amazing.
Do you think that the list is like part of the structure of the movie? It's like number 1, and
Oh,
then it's like
yeah.
it shows like a scene. I hope that's the case.
Yeah, I also hope that's the case.
I think I've seen part of this movie. Like when I say part, I mean like literally like maybe a couple minutes
Mhm.
on TV.
Oh, sure.
And what I can remember is that Heath Ledger is talking to Julia Stiles, and then he turns around, and then maybe she like says something, and he turns back around, or she throws something at him, or like it's. I don't know what happens.
Great.
Is what I'm saying.
Great.
But at some point, Heath Ledger turns around.
Oh, nice
Great
bet.
bet.
Big,
Huge
bold
turn.
bet. Okay, what do we think their roles are in the high school
Oh, great.
microcosm?
Yeah. He's
He's
got to be a jock, right?
I don't know.
Oh, but maybe he's
No,
cool.
I think
I'm
he's
gonna-
cool.
I picture him wearing like a flannel shirt tied around his waist.
Yeah.
99 cool. So
he's-
we're talking, yeah.
He's
Big
like
hair.
grungy kind of.
I think he's got beautiful Heath Ledger curls in this.
Yeah.
And I just want to clarify, I just want to further the bet a little. When you say cool,
Uh-huh.
is he recognized by other kids for being cool?
No, he's like alternative.
Yeah, I think he's alt. Like he's cool for the audience of the time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I'm going to bet there are at least 3 dudes with hair curtains.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hair curtain?
And
Like where it's just like hanging over their face.
Oh,
But-
got it.
but
Got it.
it-
kind of,
Oh, it breaks in the middle.
Yeah.
yeah. I think that Julia Stiles also has that kind of hair going on.
Oh, wow.
Like straight, but like framing her face like
Yeah.
this.
I'm going to bet Julia Stiles is the president of some organization at the school.
Oh, she's like a goodie. Good?
I don't know. Not
Like a-
necessarily. Just that she is active in some activity. And then Heath has to ingratiate himself to that activity to try to get to know her better.
I guess this is that dance one. She's not like a hip hop dance girl
No.
in
No.
school.
Yeah, you're thinking of a totally different
Save
movie.
the last dance.
Save the Last Dance. Starring Julia Stiles.
Yes, correct.
I think she's also kind of like cool, but like in a non-recognized way.
Mm.
Like I bet she wears a flannel wrapped around her waist.
Ooh, Julia Stiles wears a very thick bracelet around her wrist.
Okay. I'll
That's a
take
bet.
that. Okay, he's got to have a posse, right?
Heath Ledger has a choker necklace.
Ooh. A choker, like a coral. No, I'm thinking like a coral, one of those coral necklaces.
Yeah,
Is that
something
what you're
like
thinking
just like a
of?
very
Like a puka
snug
shell?
beaded neck decoration. Yes.
I think he's at a party when he turns around.
Nice. Nice.
Still in that
I love it.
I think they're at like a teenage, like, you know, like the parents are not home kind of like
Mhm,
house
mhm.
party.
Classic high school movie
Yeah.
situation.
Yeah. Beer is probably involved.
Wow. Red
Maybe
Solo
he's
cups.
drinking beer and she's like, I don't do that.
Ooh.
And she just says no.
That's one of the things I hate.
Yeah.
That you drink beer illegally.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't need beer to have a good time.
Yeah, let's try and name the 10 things that she hates about it.
Yes.
Okay, 1, beer drinking.
Yeah.
Great.
Cut your hair. Cut
2?
that hair.
Okay, cut that hair.
He's like does something dumb at school, like he like is not smart.
Oh, he's dumb.
Like the teacher
book
calls
dumb?
on him, he like doesn't know the answer.
Ooh.
Dumb academically.
I'm just listing things that I wouldn't like about it.
Too forward.
Yeah.
He has a skateboard.
Yeah. His friends are dumb.
Dumb friends.
So far, you're describing like Chester Cheeto, but let's keep going.
What?
The things you would hate about. Anyway, keep going.
You hate Chester
Sunglasses.
Cheetah?
No, I'm just saying.
He's probably a dick, right?
Yeah.
Isn't right?
Yeah.
Am I thinking?
Is he always trying
the
to get?
Cheetos mascot?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is he?
Is this the person that I?
Is he one of the mascots that's always trying to get the food
Nah, man.
and the kids
He's one
are
of the
stopping?
ones who's like, hey, let me ride into my orange skateboard and sprinkle you all with orange magic. And then
Okay.
they're all like, wow, now I have Cheetos. And
So
then
he's
he
more like a Tony Tiger
lowers his
situation.
sunglasses like, yeah.
I feel like he is like the same as like the camel that sells cigarettes.
Yeah, he's
Joe
the Joe
Camel.
Camel
Joe
of
Camel.
cheesy
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got
extruded
Tony the Tiger,
corn.
Chester Cheetah,
Yep.
Joe Camel,
Yeah.
Yep.
the triumvirate
The triumvirate.
child's products.
I mean, that's a great way to start your day.
Yeah.
Bowl of Frosted Flakes, bag of Cheetos,
Smoke.
Camel
yeah.
cigarettes.
Yeah, you eat your Cheetos,
Yep.
and you grab your Cheetos and your cigarette as you walk to work. And your child job that you have.
Yeah.
All right, we're at 6. Number 7, too. I was gonna say too fresh, but that's the same as too forward.
Yeah.
You
can change it
mean.
to
I'm gonna
fresh
say
if
he's
you
like
want.
mean to someone that's like lower status.
Ooh,
than
yeah.
mean to a nerd or someone of that ilk.
I bet he has like a car that he likes too much.
Oh yeah.
Like he hangs around his car in the parking lot. It's always like
Yeah.
putting stuff on the car.
Yeah.
Where
yeah,
are we at?
That's 8. 9, I'm going to say he ogles someone in
Oh,
the
yeah.
hallway.
Yes.
Mm.
Objectifies
Yeah.
women in general.
And the number 10 thing I hate about you.
Smoking.
Smoking.
Oh.
All right.
Joe Camel, am I right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. You are right.
We got there.
Okay.
That's great.
Do we think we'll recognize someone's parents?
Yes.
Like the
I think
actors
we'll
playing their
recognize a lot
parents.
of people in this movie.
Mm.
I
That's
think
my
this movie
guess.
is chock-a-block full of...
Chalk
Like-
and block?
Chock-a-block.
Chock-a-block.
Oh.
Yeah.
Chock and block full of knowns.
Like 90s knowns?
Yeah.
Okay.
90sknowns.com.
No, I would definitely check that website out at least once just
Yeah.
to know.
Is Eugene Levy in this movie?
That'd be amazing.
That's American Pie Story.
American Pie Story?
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
saga, the American Pie saga.
Yeah.
Mhm.
A lot of American Pie movies.
A lot.
Am I right?
It's
Yeah, you are right.
Might as well.
Oh man, I'm gonna bet. I bet someone from SCC TV is in this movie though.
Okay.
Why not?
Based off of how teen movies work,
Mm-hmm.
I bet that they go to a sporting event at some point, like
Yeah.
a football game
Yep.
or a basketball game.
Yep.
No other sports.
What about maybe it's soccer because it's 1999 and they're like, "Hey
No.
kids, am I right?"
Soccer's not cool enough for this movie.
I don't know. Maybe
Wow.
they're trying to reach out to the
But
new
they might
youth.
be like alternative, right?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Like, hey, this is a cool California town.
Oh, what
We're
a
playing
fun
soccer.
skateboarding competition.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Except she hates skateboarding. We've
Yeah.
already established that. That's
Yeah.
number 5 thing she hates about you.
Does she like ice skating?
Okay, maybe. Sure.
I feel like that's a thing she likes.
She's president of the ice skate club. Okay, Beth is betting football or basketball. I'm betting soccer or lacrosse to be spicy.
Oh, lacrosse is very spicy.
Mhm.
I'll throw in field hockey for fun.
Yeah.
I actually don't think
Wow.
it's in there, but it seems fun.
Yeah, it does seem fun.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's hard to make predictions with teen movies, right? Because they so often follow the same format.
If anything, it should be easy to make predictions then, right?
I guess so.
But you want to be like fun and novel.
Okay, big dance at the end.
Sure.
Ugh. Maybe. It could be.
Is that
Was that the
goal?
marriage
Is
think
like
it's
of the high
prom?
school version? Is
Sure.
Prom?
yeah, I'll
Oh,
go
maybe.
broad with this. He wants to take her to prom.
Youngin wants to take it young friend wants to take young sister to prom.
So he needs the older sister to be
yeah, I bet that's absolutely what it is, where dad is like, you can only go if your sister goes too.
Oh.
And then sister is like, oh my God, we need to find a date for my mean sister. And then his friend's like, hey, Heath, come on, man.
Yeah.
Molly's bet the sisters like each other.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does it pass the Bechdel Wallace?
Oh,
think
great
it does.
question.
Hopefully those sisters talk to each other, right?
I hope they talk about something other than
Their
the guys.
man issues.
So it's possible it won't pass, but I'm going to give an optimistic
rough.
yes. Bet.
I mean, they might talk about like the lacrosse game coming up.
Yeah. Or like homework. Ugh.
I wish Mom were still here.
Oh yeah, we got dead
are we
mom?
saying mom dead? You betting mom dead?
I'll take that bet.
I'll also
I think
take that
it's
bet.
possible.
Mom
Yeah.
dead.
Well, you can't have 3 women in the same
That's
house.
far too many.
No.
This movie's about a man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's the
Titular you.
Okay.
Wow. Do we think that young sister and friend who wants to get with young sister are double duty as wacky sidekicks?
Yes.
Oh, they're both wacky?
I'm saying, yeah, like, are they also both wacky? So it's like they serve the role of wacky sidekicks and the role of the Shakespeare play, or do you think Julia Stiles has a wacky sidekick lady friend who's her own age?
I don't think she has her own lady friend.
Okay.
I think she's a lone wolf.
Ooh.
Wow. I don't think they're wacky either. I think there's a fifth wacky character.
Fifth wheel wacky?
Yeah, fifth wheel wacky.
Heath Ledger has 2 friends
Okay.
Yeah.
that are both equally stupid.
But one of them
But
wants
in
to get
different
with
ways.
the young sister.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the other one's just a goof.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just there.
Maybe he has
For
like a goofy
comedic
girlfriend.
Sure.
Like they're the goofy couple.
Yeah.
And they're like no problems at all, so we don't actually
Yeah.
give them any story
Right.
time.
Yeah. Do you think at any point, like, Julia Stiles is narrating the movie through,
Ooh.
like, reading, like, a list or a letter or her diary?
Yeah, definitely a list. Probably a list in a diary.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I love it.
Like, she's writing a letter to him. These are 10 things I hate about
Whoa.
you. Yeah.
Rough.
And then her younger sister's like, here's 10 things I miss about our dead mom.
Whoa.
And then they go, what are you writing? Lists. Top
Molly's-
10 lists? Yeah.
Molly's bet the title never comes up.
Wow.
Wow.
What?
It's a
Way to
bold bet.
break our hearts, Molly.
Such a long title,
It is.
right?
Mm-hmm.
What's the point of it if there isn't a list of 10 things?
Is it?
I remember
Is-
watching the movie and thinking, I don't know why it has this title.
Is that reference
mad
something
about
that
it.
exists?
Is it a Shakespeare thing
Well,
that they like
yeah,
modernize?
That's my best guess. We can look it up during the break.
We will look it up during the break.
Bold.
I know.
Yeah.
It is both
I mean-
that we'll remember to do that.
Yeah.
Tweet at us.
Yeah, if we don't do it, tweet at us.
Tweet at us.
Tweet at us in the past
Yes.
to check it.
Time tweet.
Time tweet.
Time
Oh, I would
tweet?
watch that. Time
What?
tweet
What is the
Ooh.
premise of time tweet?
So,
I don't know, it's
as
like a
someone who
YouTube
could only
video.
is trapped in one time, but can tweet to any time.
Yeah.
What?
And they have to solve problems
But you can only
by time
tweet,
tweeting.
But you can
Oh.
only tweet in times where Twitter exists?
What if it's somebody in the future
Uh-huh.
and they have a Twitter feed, but you don't know who it is, but every time it updates, they predict something that's going to happen because they
Oh.
know what's going to
Oh,
happen
that's
in
like
that
that
time.
newspaper
Yeah,
show.
I was just going to say, you're literally describing the plot of
Yesterday's news, today's
whatever,
news,
I can't remember what it's
tomorrow's
called,
news.
yeah, where a guy gets
The
a
Lake
newspaper
House.
every morning that tells him what's going to happen that day, and he tries to prevent tragedies.
That's a movie?
No, it's
Yeah,
a TV show.
TV show, long running. CBS.
Okay, so what I'm saying is call me networks.
Yeah.
Why
Update
does
it
that have to
for
be in
the
the future, though?
millennials.
What?
Why does it have to be in the future?
Because of time travel.
The tweeter is in the future.
Yeah. The tweeter's trying
Oh.
to like help
and someone
prevent
else is
stuff.
receiving the tweets.
Yeah, well,
The
everyone.
world is.
Everyone on Twitter.
So it's like you get a tweet from that
Who?
I don't know.
Who
It's
gets
Twitter
a
does.
tweet?
The
Anybody following
yeah,
the future
the
Twitter?
internet.
But like, what is, so are there regular characters on the show then?
Yeah, like there's people that believe in the Twitter
So
account.
they always follow the account and they're like,
Yeah.
what's going to happen today?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So do we not know who the
It
Twitter
seems like
is?
it would be one Black Mirror episode because of the speed at which something like that would gain popularity,
Yeah.
right? Because you're not like direct message tweeting.
Right.
Tweeting every
And then but then you find out that like the Twitter is actually making those things happen because they're just convincing people that it's going to happen. And so because of self-fulfilling prophecy,
So it's a villain. The Twitter is a villain.
that's the twist at the end.
This is
Yeah,
like
up
Glass.
to
This is like
you
the
to
movie
decide.
Glass. Sorry, spoilers for a movie like 20 years old.
I never saw that one.
That's fine.
Ugh.
Yeah, that's right. It's fine.
Oh, I was saying it's fine that you didn't see it. But
Oh.
yeah, also that.
Yeah.
I didn't watch the new one. Hey, Twitter.
Tweet at us from the future.
Yeah.
Whoa. For real.
Yeah.
That's
'cause-
why we started this conversation.
Oh, my God.
Oh, yeah. But let's...
Yeah.
Ooh, wait. Now that we're talking about it, though, Dan's bet, some important conversation happens via computer in this
Ooh.
movie
Oh,
to show
yeah.
that this
Computer.
is a 1999
Oh,
movie.
yeah, some AIM.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like some terse emails.
At some point that like, you know what I'm talking about? Like that.
Yeah.
What?
What is that?
No, do it again.
Okay,
Keep doing
ready? I can't make the noise. Okay, ready? Wasn't that the noise it made when it would close?
Oh, is that AIM?
Yeah.
Oh.
I was thinking more like a whoop whoop.
I mostly used ICQ when I was.
What even is
chatting
that?
as a
ICQ?
I remember
teenager.
ICQ.
Different chat
boy.
protocol.
Wow. Well, given
You
all
okay?
this,
I lost audio in one headphone. It's fine.
Oh, you lost your balance.
Yeah.
so okay, well, I don't know. I don't even know how I feel about this movie anymore.
Ooh, what percentage do you think I'm going to ruin this for you before
Oh,
the second half?
40%.
40.
Solid 40%.
That's actually not bad.
That's pretty low.
I don't know. I always feel like when I'm the only one who's definitely seen a movie,
Mhm.
I start to feel defensive about the movie.
Yes, you
because
do.
I'm like,
Drift.
it's better than you're giving it credit for.
Yeah.
But then sometimes, as with Tokyo Drift, it turns out that's not true.
But in the long run, it's a blessing in disguise because that leads us to watching every other Fast and Furious movie.
Yeah.
We never would have done that if you hadn't been
What a-
so insistent we watched Tokyo Drift.
What a blessing.
Yeah.
And if we love this, maybe we'll watch the other 9 things
Oh,
I
yeah.
hate about you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the
Oh,
10th movie in a series, right?
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
that's why it's 10
Yes.
things.
The
Yeah.
I
first
get
movie
it.
was just Taming of the Shrew, like in the time that it's supposed to take
Yeah.
place. And then
And
it just
then-
goes through time.
Too tame, too shrew.
Yep.
Taming of the Two.
Oh, much
Taming of
better.
the
Yep. Taming of the Through.
Through.
And so on and so forth
Yeah.
until we get to
Yeah.
10 things I hate about you.
Taming for you.
Yeah.
At some point, we
Things
have to
I
get to
Things I hate.
things and hating.
Taming things
Yeah.
I hate about 5.
5 things I hate about you. They just jumped it right there.
Okay.
Anyway,
All right.
sorry.
So yeah, I'm interested to see. Now that we've talked about, we think the movie might be how you think you might like it.
Hmm.
So how many flannel high school activities?
What?
Are you gonna
Can
get-
you give me one example of flannel high school activity?
I need some
It's
context.
just any high school activity you do while wearing a flannel tied around your waist.
That's
Okay.
literally everything I did in high school. But okay. Okay. I feel like I always get a kick out of these movies on some level. Like if they're terrible, it's just fun to like watch Molly watch these movies. Like Freaky Friday.
Yes.
But this movie, like, I feel like this has a better chance because this isn't like a Disney Corp presents the latest thing we're using to try to make Lindsay Lohan be a thing. So this might be a little more just like at least interesting, even if it fails at it. So I'm going to say 4 flannel.
Whoa.
What was it?
High school
school.
activities.
High school. Flannel high school activities.
Excellent.
I know that like a lot of teens that I knew when I was a teen liked this movie, which means I probably won't like it
Wow.
based off of
Counterculture.
historical.
Beth over here.
Yeah,
Yeah, jeez.
it's
Wow.
true. So 2 flannel
Wow.
activity
Wow.
flannels.
You don't think you're going to get at least like charmed up to a Cowardly 3 just by Heath's locks?
No, I'm definitely not going above a 2.
Wow.
Way to stand your ground.
Yeah. I had to go bold. I was being challenged and I'm going bold.
Okay, great.
Classic.
One thing you hate about me.
I am going to give this a 4.
Mm.
I think it's well regarded, and I'm
By whom?
people.
Just people in general?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so
Well, our listeners for sure.
Oh, right.
Oh yeah, sorry
yeah.
listeners.
Yeah,
Sometimes they
I don't believe you in
sometimes
this
they
case.
spite vote.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
we'll see if it's a spite vote or not. And I think I will be surprised by it. I think it seems on its surface, I think it seems like a generic high school rom-com movie,
Hmm.
but I suspect
Ooh.
there's something below the surface.
That something
Mm.
is literature.
From the first hip hop artist of all time. I'm putting a backwards baseball cap on. And writing a sonnet out on the chalkboard, but then turning a beat on my iPod.
You're still using a chalkboard?
Do they not do that
Back
anymore?
in the 90s, yeah.
No, that's true.
Yep.
Did you
I don't
not
know.
go to school with chalkboards?
We had whiteboards.
I remember that was a big
exclusively
thing.
whiteboard?
Now people have those smart boards.
Oh, get out of here, teens.
Yeah.
That was a big deal at Cartoon Network
Smartboards?
many years ago. No, like in the, let's say, mid-2000s. Maybe mid to late 2000s, somebody did some packaging. It was great packaging. It was like after school. But in it, they featured a blackboard.
Mm.
And at a certain point, someone was like, kids don't know what a blackboard is anymore. They don't use chalk or blackboards. It's all whiteboards at this point.
So how would you rate this movie based on that anecdote?
Based on that anecdote, it doesn't really help me that much.
Okay.
But I'm going to give it a hopeful 4.
Yeah.
I'm worried that it is going to make me miss Heath Ledger and make me sad in that way. And you generally find Julia Stiles just slightly annoying.
Yeah.
And I don't know why.
I agree.
And I don't think
Wow.
she deserves that. And I feel bad about that too.
Mhm.
So it's possible it's actually a 5, but my feelings of guilt would bring it down to a 3, and then my guilt about the guilt brings it back up to a 4.
Wait, the
Oh,
guilt brings it
jeez.
down?
Guilt of what? What's the guilt for?
The guilt for not liking Julia Stiles more,
Okay.
and just the sadness about Heath Ledger. But
Sure.
I'm also so excited. The thing I'm most looking forward to this is seeing all the other people who are in this movie that I've just forgotten about.
Yeah, I bet there's going to be a lot of like, oh
Nice.
shit, young
Nice.
that person.
In Late Breaking Bet, there are going to be a few SAT quality words in this.
Yes.
Oh,
Very good SAT words.
nice.
And I will try to remember to write them down if they come up. But they may not.
Are you
in which
saying this
case I will lose
movie?
that bet.
Are you saying this movie is a low key SAT prep material
No,
for
I'm just saying
students?
she's like the Ravenclaw of
Oh,
her
sure.
school.
Okay,
You know,
got it,
she
got
is
it.
super smart.
big old nerd?
And I
I'm
feel
a
like they're going
Ravenclaw.
to drop that
NBD.
in. What?
I'm a Ravenclaw.
Oh.
So NBD, I'm the Ravenclaw of this
I
podcast.
might
Wow.
be too. I don't remember or care.
Oh,
Wow,
that's
muggle.
I didn't do it. That's good bonus content. Sign up for patreon.com. Maybe someday Dan and I will take the test, and
Yeah.
maybe Molly too. I don't know if
Oh,
you've taken
I'm a
it already.
Gryffindor.
Yeah,
Okay.
duh.
I think probably our
that.
listeners already knew that.
I guess one of us has to be Slytherin then.
We don't know, not necessarily.
No, it's not like a
It doesn't
onesie
have
twosie
to be
thing.
like we cover the whole.
Okay, we want to be inclusive, so
Oh, that's true.
Oh, I see.
I'll be a Slytherin. I don't care.
all right.
They're
Yeah.
cool now, right?
Yeah,
that makes
they're
you a
cool.
Slytherin.
Like
You
after
wanna be
the
Slytherin.
after.
The Sorting Hat is like, seriously, we need some Slytherin.
Well,
So if you're
isn't it
into
like fine now that Nazi wizard is dead? Like he was kind of the bad influence on all of them, right?
Oh,
Do we know how it is now?
I don't know. I'm
Yeah.
sure J.K. Rowling tweets about it every once in a while.
Have
She's not
you-
talking about how they poop on the floor.
They poop on the floor?
We'll talk about it off pod. We're getting way on in the weeds here.
Harry cast.
And with that, we're going to press pause, take a break, and go watch 10 Things I Hate About You, and we'll be right back. And we're back. We just watched 97 charming and in some ways confusing and conflicting minutes of 10 Things I Hate About You.
Yay!
Yay.
We sure did.
We did it.
Good job.
See you later.
Good
night,
job.
everyone.
Bye.
Good job, listeners.
What?
Good job, listeners.
Oh yeah, we respect
Oh.
you.
We respect you.
Second
Slightly
time.
less
Second
than.
time.
Yes,
Just a little
slightly
less.
than the other people.
But excellent choice. I
Yes.
thought.
Would anyone like to attempt a 60-second summary of this movie?
Oh,
I
Oh,
haven't
right.
done it before.
oh
Beth.
do it, Beth.
Ready?
Okay.
Ready?
Yep.
Go.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt is like a new kid. Is that his name?
Yep.
To the school, and he meets this kid, and he's like, these are all the groups in the school, and then he sees this girl, and he's like, wow, I love her. And so they she's also adored by many other boys in the school, including this jerk guy. And they decide that they ask the jerk guy to pay Heath Ledger to
Yeah.
You're doing so well.
30
complicated.
seconds.
Okay, pay Heath Ledger to take her sister out on a date, because the rule in the household is this older sister has to date first in order for the younger sister to date. And so they do that, and a bunch of hijinks happen, and then in the end, everyone falls in love with who they're supposed to fall in love with.
10 seconds.
Oh no, I did it too quickly. I also want to add that I didn't do it properly, and it's
Time.
fine.
I
Great.
mean, does it have to be 60 on the
No,
on
it
the
doesn't have
nose?
to be,
Like
but
if you're done at 50,
if you're done, you're done.
No, but I feel like I missed a lot of stuff, and I didn't say any
I
names.
mean, you covered it in hijinks.
Covered the hijinks.
Yeah, hijinks
Yeah.
of it, right?
We'll
I
figure
Yada,
out.
yada,
I forgot all
hijinks.
about prom and Bikini Kill was mentioned.
That's true.
Yep. Yeah.
There was a trombone.
Yeah, maybe more than one.
There
I mean,
was
more
more
than
than
one.
one.
Yeah.
There was more
Many
than one
cowboys. I forgot about the cowboys.
We'll
Yeah.
talk about that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Came out in 99,
Yeah.
as
Yeah.
I already knew and bet.
Yes.
Wow. Good job.
B.
Was-
Happy 20-year anniversary.
Oh yeah.
20 years movie has been out about you.
What?
It was so 90s.
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
from the opening font,
Oh,
it was
the
just
font
a delicious
was amazing.
buffet of 90s tropes, 90s clothes.
Yeah.
Those
Yeah.
flip-flops that were like platform flip-flops.
Oh, yeah, I
Yeah.
remember those.
We need to. I want to make sure that our listeners like truly appreciate like how 90s the font of that credit was, like or the credits were. Like it
Yeah.
seriously, it looked like a kid
Yep.
who was going through a rough time
Mhm.
was like very bored in class
Yeah.
and writing the credits on like their book, like their notebook,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and like trying to find a cool font for their band name or
It's just
something.
like
Yeah.
it's just like scratches, like
But
Like
then it was-
points, a lot of points.
Yeah.
It's like animated, though, so the
Yeah.
like
font
moves.
moved.
and
like
it was very neon,
Oh my
90s
God.
neon.
So good.
It was very good. And I've forgotten that this was part of that whole era of alternative high school movies. So like Bring It On was originally titled Cheer Fever, and it was a lot more biting than the final movie was.
Oh.
And so similarly, this screenplay was written by Karen McCullough, which I looked up during the break because we were interested in why it's called 10 Things I Hate About You.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
And
Is that the thing we were gonna look up?
Yeah.
it is.
Nice.
It is. I
Good
did
job,
it.
Molly.
I didn't remember.
I also didn't remember.
But it turns out that when she was in high school, she kept a journal entry called 10 Things I Hate About Anthony, which was her boyfriend at the time.
Oh.
And so it eventually made its way. Plus, I think she liked that it rhymed with Taming of the Shrew, 10 Things I Hate About You.
I mean, it.
Yeah.
Wait, did she say that, or
No.
did you
no,
just
you know what?
assumed
Somebody
that?
else said that.
Oh, okay.
Now that I think about it.
Like
Somebody
your
else said
friend,
that.
like someone you
Yeah.
talk to.
Like,
No.
did
no,
you
just
say
somebody
it
on the internet.
right now?
I didn't. You know what? Let's drop that last part. But
Okay.
The first part is interesting. And then she also went on to write Legally Blonde and Ella Enchanted and a bunch of other
Oh,
things. But I was like, watching this, I was like, oh, yeah, that was when Heathers was kind of, I mean, Heathers, I guess, predated this a little bit, but that whole idea of a much edgier teen movie that took a lot of the tropes and actually a lot of the physical cues, like, what's the name of that guy who made all those teen movies in the 80s?
John
Hughes.
Yes, John Hughes would have, like, especially in 16 Candles or whatever, he'd have some drama happening in the foreground and then some bananas physical comedy happening in the background.
Sure.
This movie just really delivered on the physical comedy.
10
Yeah.
things happening
in the
Behind
behind the
background.
you.
background of Hughes.
Rhymes with Taming of the Shrew.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was. We all collectively lost our goddamn minds near the beginning of the movie, where Joseph Gordon-Levitt's new friend, the ex-business kid
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
who is now just looking for friendship, is like on his
Yeah.
little motorbike
He seemed to like have a past life and completely abandon it to try
latch
to
on
get
to
JGL.
Yeah.
No, he had been
Hooked up.
kicked out.
He'd been kicked out.
Oh, but also like he turned his back on the AV club people right at the top.
Yes, that's true. So he's just trying to find his next way up because he's a businessman.
Sure. Climb
Capitalism.
that ladder.
Yeah.
It's in there. But like near the beginning of the movie, like after we've kind of established who everybody is and that JGL is into this lady, but so is everybody else according to his new best friend. New best friend. Wait, don't remember the character's name. The actor's
Larry?
name is David Krumholtz. You've seen him in things. He's on his little motorbike and he almost gets hit once. You're like, haha, he almost got hit. LOL. But then he almost gets hit again. You're like, okay, haha, he's bad at this. But then it like takes a turn, a literal
Literally.
turn,
Yeah.
where you realize the entire school is above their athletic field.
Yeah.
And he just like goes off what appears to be a cliff at first. And we're like, oh my God, is this kid going to die in the first 10 minutes?
Yeah.
I lost my mind. 'Cause
Yeah.
I honestly didn't know where this was going. I was like, is he going to break all his bones and then just be in the
crazy.
hospital for the rest of the movie?
It
was
should
great.
also be noted that they go to Hogwarts.
Yes.
Like the school is insane.
Beautiful,
Yeah.
It-
massive.
yeah. It's on the water.
Mhm.
It's like It looks majestic.
Yeah, it's in Seattle area.
Yes.
Yeah.
Tacoma, I believe.
We know that because the tower
Space Needle.
the Space Needle from
Men in Black,
is
yeah.
in it.
Yeah, exactly. That's how we know that.
Yep.
Oh, I feel like we should not skip past giving props to Beth for bringing up Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And we all
Third
very
bill.
doubt
much.
it.
Yep.
Thank
We
you very
realized our
much.
mistake almost immediately when that cool font came up.
Yep.
His
Yeah.
name was like Third. He's
Yep.
Third bill.
First hyphen in those credits.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But also, I want to go back because also in that opening scene, we get we're introduced to the school,
Yep.
both Joseph Gordon-Levitt and us as the
Yep.
audience.
Mhm.
And they do the classic, I appreciate they do the classic, like, here's the different high school
Yep.
groups, like
Oh
every high
my
school movie,
God.
but they parody it a little bit where it's like,
Yeah.
first there's like, yes, there's the jocks, but then we get like the white Rasta kids, which
Yeah.
is like, okay, that's real,
Fair,
but,
yeah.
but also ridiculous.
Yep.
Until eventually we get to our favorite group, the Cowboys.
Oh my God. Okay, yeah. I misspoke. That was the first time we collectively lost our minds.
Yeah.
It's a bunch of it's like I don't know, 3 or 4 dudes in like leather vests, cowboy hats, lassoing a garbage can.
Yep.
Yeah.
And like already there, I'm just like, this is amazing.
Yeah.
I love this movie. But then later, randomly in the background, Hughes style, they're just literally eating out of a can of beans.
Yeah.
Oh my
I loved it. It
God.
was beautiful. There's never a cowboy character that talks.
Except one.
Oh, one of them does?
One, after she has her drunk party dance, when
Yeah.
she's getting made fun of in class, he's like, oh, dance for me,
yeah.
cowgirl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they're almost
But they're
exclusively delightful background characters.
Oh my God.
I gotta watch cowboy background all
Like,
day.
I wanted to watch them like a day in their lives at school.
I wish that the movie up to that point was exactly the same.
Yep.
But then slowly,
camera
like
just-
the camera's like on them having some conversation, and just like slowly like pans over to the cowboys and then follows them
Yep.
throughout their day.
Yeah, like once they're
Just
eating the
lassoing
beans.
garbage cans,
Yeah.
eating beans.
Yeah, like that. The bean scene is where like the camera should have done what clearly the entire audience done. Is like, wait, what's going on over here? And then just started zooming in slowly on whatever they were talking about.
yeah. The background characters delight. There's 2
Oh my
others
God.
that I really liked at the big party that happens. Just like 2 dudes in fedoras with cigarettes,
Yeah.
just like bopping their heads, like
It's
almost
yeah, like Night at the
Night at the
Roxbury.
Roxbury
Yeah.
style. Yeah.
Oh my God.
But just like, and they're just in the background as well,
Smoking
just
their
living their
cigs.
lives, wearing
there
matching
was
fedoras and smoking cigarettes.
Yeah, there were so many great kids just like who had an identity and they were living their lives, and that was their role in this movie.
It was truly incredible. And the thing too about Joseph Gordon-Levitt's character Cameron,
Here we go.
There it was.
is he was actually the most 2-dimensional character of all.
Oh,
It was like the reverse Bechdel,
Yeah.
where his dialogue was almost entirely about the girl he has a crush on, Bianca.
Yeah.
Like 95%.
Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't have anything else. We
I
don't
mean-
know anything about his life.
That's
Yeah.
actually probably accurate to the Shakespeare play too.
Yes.
Honestly, like that character, probably most of his lines are just like, that girl, let me talk about how pretty she is and forsooth or whatever. And then like clutching his chest dramatically because he can't have her or whatever. There are a lot of toxic men in Shakespeare when you think about it, you guys.
Yeah.
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 I feel like the story was almost like they were like observers almost.
Who?
Like the Cameron and his friend, like they were like, look what's going on
Oh,
over
yeah.
here, and then
Totally.
it would like go over their shoulder.
Mhm.
But also they were characters in the movie.
It's true.
Yes.
Oh boy.
No, but that is also what happens in Shakespeare plays a
Yeah.
lot too. There's always like that handful of sort of chorus characters
Yeah.
who are just sort of like, oh, let me just remind everyone what's happening right now,
Yeah.
so the audience doesn't get lost.
It's true. Well, and plus, I'd forgotten how complicated the storyline actually is, which makes sense because it was based on Shakespeare, and how
Yeah.
there's a mastermind who has to manipulate more than one
Yes.
party.
Yeah.
Yes, he was the mastermind.
And they never really get their comeuppance.
The
Like,
masterminds?
yeah. JGL
Yeah.
and his buddy,
They don't get in trouble.
At all.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
they never have to be like, yeah, we planned the whole thing and tricked all these women into going on dates.
Including
only-
with me.
Yeah, only Heath Ledger gets his feet held to the fire.
Yeah. And Hot Rod Joe gets
And
punched
Hot
in the
Rod,
face.
yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
Hot Rod Joey.
That guy's the worst.
As
He
a
is
real
the worst.
tool.
They did a good job of making him the worst, but also like I would buy that kid exists in a high school at any moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Molly brought up earlier that it was going to be like a prep for the SAT.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I want to ask what the deal with that was. I felt like there were so many, like, it was like a thesaurus. Like they would be like, here's a word and here are other words that mean the same thing.
Well, there was only one literal instance of that.
Yes.
But it was spot on. You're exactly right.
And
it was when the
was
guidance counselor, Miss
hot.
Perky.
Yes. Also, there was another instance when he said something about like, how does this make me, or how do you think?
The two
and she said, I think,
headshots.
the two headshots. And she was like, which one do you like? It looks more pensive. And he's like, oh, I thought it looked more thoughtful.
Yeah.
Like he's an idiot because he doesn't know how a thesaurus works.
Well,
You
it
should
is
know
bad
the word pensive if
vocabulary.
you're a
But
senior in high school.
those girls had very strong vocabulary.
Yes.
Probably from their mom.
Probably from their mom. Oh, but she didn't die.
No.
As far as we know.
She
Okay.
left.
I think she's dead.
What?
I think she's the helicopter pilot at the end.
Helicopter mom.
There was a moment when he's like, oh, I called in a favor, and there was like the cool rocker lady at the prom.
Yeah.
And like before that actually happened, I did kind of like in my head think like, wouldn't it be funny if he like brought her mom back?
Yeah, because her mom is out of the picture.
Yes.
And then they make a couple references to it that she's gone now.
Yes. Probably because
she also said that she left.
She
her
left.
dad was probably such a stick in the mud.
Yeah, dad kind of sucks.
Other than the obvious reason of like they can't afford to pay another actor, like why do movies do that? Like I didn't think that movie needed the mom to be gone for that story to work.
I think it did, though.
Okay.
Because you had to have this arbitrary rule on which the entire plot hinges. And to have two people who both buy
Agree
into
with
this
that,
arbitrary
yeah.
rule seems like you need a lot more explanation than one
Okay.
dad that
makes
you can just
sense.
make an OBGYN.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's a shortcut.
It also gives an easy way for the parent to be incompetent.
Yes.
Like, oh, the dad's doing his best, so
Right.
he'll do this dumb thing, which is really shitty to just pit his daughters against each other because
Yeah.
he wants to just back out of decision making.
Yeah.
Because he's too afraid his daughters will get pregnant.
Yeah.
Well,
a lot
no,
of-
because
there's a
he
lot
has
of
too
dad
little
problems there.
faith in his oldest that she would ever go on a date.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
But he's
it's that
using
he
that.
also like puts the blame off of himself.
Oh,
right?
onto her,
He
yeah.
he
It's not
takes
the
away his
decision,
own
it's the
responsibility
blame, yeah.
for doing that. So then, oh, well, don't get mad at me. Yeah, your
It's your
sister
sister's
goes on a
fault.
date.
That's probably
Yeah.
why mom left. Because she's like, oh, don't get mad at me. It's your awful children you raised or
Oh.
something.
Yeah, we
She's
don't
like,
know.
I'm going to learn how to fly a helicopter.
Yeah, exactly.
All we know about her is she wears pearls
Yeah, we do.
and flies a helicopter.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, but as dark as we're making it sound, like Larry Miller is the actor who plays the dad, and he plays that character in a lot of movies, and he's a delight.
Yeah.
'Cause
Yeah.
he's such a doofus.
Yeah. Yeah, he's like a grumpy doofus.
Mm-hmm.
He's got some real good loaded dad using
Yeah.
slang
Yep.
lines
Yep.
that really delighted me that I'm putting in my back pocket for when my kid gets a little older.
Yeah, I also liked when I appreciated like the fact that he is so assured in his shitty parenting. Like there's a moment when he makes it like, oh, you can't go on a date until your grumpy oldest goes on a date. And there's just like, he just makes this face as he walks away. That's just like, I fucking nailed that. It's great.
Yeah, I'm not crazy about his sophomore age daughter calling him daddy all the time.
No,
Sure.
I can't with that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
At
a
one
thing.
point, he also
Still
makes his
happens.
daughter wear like a pregnancy suit.
Yes.
Yeah, to see the weight that she'll have to carry around if she gets knocked up.
Yeah. Which makes me mad.
I'd like to take a moment to just like, this is obviously, again, this is shorthand in the movie. And like, it's absurd that he's making his daughter wear a pregnancy. But I would like to just speak as someone who was raised by a medical professional who dealt with a lot of unconventional pregnancies. There is some truth to just living with one of those professionals that you get simply by virtue of what that person has to deal with their day-to-day lives. You get a very skewed vision of sexuality and sort of the horrors of the real world. So I will say that actually resonated with me a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of things can go wrong with the human body.
Yeah, and my mother was a registered nurse who worked.
Mine too, NBD.
Well, where did she work? She worked in
She worked at a hospital.
Yeah, my mom worked at a community clinic with a bunch of poverty-stricken.
Must be nice.
No, I'm just saying. No, it's not nice because you spend your entire adolescence getting horror stories
Yeah.
about just very complicated pregnancies and relationships,
Yeah,
and
those don't happen in
that is
hospitals.
and that is like the way you are. That is your understanding of like the relationships of the outside world, right?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
No,
It took a while. I'll just say that it took a while to get over that.
I have a friend who's similarly raised by a nurse who worked in the OBGYN department at a hospital and just grew up with nothing but horror stories and intentionally did not want to have a biological child because it just seemed dangerous to him.
Yeah.
Like,
because you only
eminently
hear the
dangerous.
bad stories.
Yeah.
You don't hear like, oh, like all these healthy babies were born.
Yeah, there were no problems.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just hear about the really gruesome stuff. So
Yeah.
I can see that affecting parenting.
Mm.
Oish.
She
Yeah.
never
But-
made us wear like a pregnancy suit.
No, you didn't have to bear the weight.
Of your choices.
Yeah,
Yeah. And I guess that is more comedic than making her carry around a doll or something.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, do you
Like
guys
one of
ever
those
do that
robots.
thing where you have to like carry an egg around all day or
No.
whatever, or a bag of flour?
We had
We
to
have
carry
bag
an
of flour.
egg, I think, but I don't remember it being difficult or interesting.
Yeah, agree.
Of course it was.
We had robot babies.
What?
Really?
Actual
That's
robot
the
babies?
cry?
Yeah,
I
they'd
saw
like-
that on
Yeah,
the fashion show. I saw that on
the fashion
help
show.
me. Project
Project
Runway.
Oh,
They
They
had
had
to
to
make
design-
baby clothes, and so to help them relate
They
to
had
babies,
robot
they had
babies?
the robot babies.
Sure. like not everyone in class got one because it was a public school. They can't afford that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like certain people would like.
Did they pick out kids who were like they were like, oh,
I don't know. Actually, I haven't. I'd have to think about it about who actually got the robot babies because but it was definitely like I don't know. The idea was like this person has a baby and you have to bring it to school and take it home. So then like it's like osmosis of information, diffusion of education because like you're dealing with your friend who has to deal with this robot baby in class or at lunch and stuff. So like I don't know, robot babies. They'd cry sometimes. You have to feed
They were
them.
like dolls from a store.
No.
No, I think
they're
were
made for that.
by like
They're made to teach teens.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think they're made by like teens should know about this.com.
Because you don't know what you have to do to make them stop crying. You have to try diaper, try
feeding them,
Feeding.
try
Because there's
putting
like
them
dolls
down.
that poop.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay,
this is
these
more
are,
like-
more advanced.
yeah.
All right.
My question about that is,
The robots?
yeah.
Okay.
Like, are those babies like good babies, or are they like like really like a colicky baby that's always crying? Do you know
No,
what
they
I mean?
didn't always cry.
Okay.
Like it would just be like you'd be sitting in class and one of the robots would start crying.
I'm
and
not
then-
saying that colicky babies are bad babies.
No, I heard
I'm
that.
just
I
saying.
think Beth Gibbs is on record
Yeah.
saying they call it- I
Some
don't even know what
babies
that
are bad.
means.
You know, you mean like make a point babies. Like, you know what I mean? Like
Make a
really
It's like
point?
it like pulls out a notebook
No.
and has jotted down.
Yeah.
Well, my diaper wasn't changed at
Babies with
1
a
p.m.
whiteboard.
What does colicky mean?
oh, cries a lot.
But why does that? What does that come from?
They sort of don't know.
Oh,
It's like a condition that's sort of a vague catch-all term for like your baby's having a hard time.
okay,
Hard time, baby.
Hard
I
time
always
baby.
assume it's like digestion related and stuff.
Yeah,
interesting.
probably.
Yeah, babies
gas.
can't. Here's a baby thing. Another inaugural series of facts about how useless human babies are.
Yeah,
They like their body isn't strong enough to really fart well.
okay.
So they sell this thing called a windy that you just like put it in its butt to let the gas out.
Wow.
Works great.
Outgas.
Not okay. Here's a thing that I've learned about babies recently:
Okay.
is every baby item that like parents use today has some sort of weird name.
Yeah.
Like I feel like one's like a bumbo or something.
Yeah, that's
a
a thing to help
boppy.
them sit up.
Yeah.
A boppy is a pillow.
Mm-hmm.
They all have weird names,
Yeah.
and
true.
I don't know what any of them mean.
Gotta keep it fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I guess it's more fun than like, oh, it's the butt hose.
Yeah. I mean, that's a good name.
That's a good name.
But you know, if you think about it, like if you had to poop while lying on your back,
Oh God,
right?
what a nightmare.
Yeah, everybody, that's this episode's Totes Recall Challenge.
Oh yes, yes, yes.
Go
Yes.
home tonight
Yep.
and try to poop while lying
Yep.
on your back.
Yep.
And you'll know how hard it is to be a baby.
That's right.
And tweet at us,
Tweet-
hashtag
oh,
Totes
yeah,
Recall
tweet at
Challenge, hashtag pooped on my back.
Yep. Yep. I love it. What do they win?
Pride.
A prize.
A prize.
What's the
Yeah.
prize?
I don't know.
Is it like a
Oh, one of those
Wind
butt
thing.
hoses?
Yeah, yeah. We'll send you a pack of Wendy's.
Oh, you get them in a pack.
Oh, 'cause
yeah,
they're
I mean they're
disposable.
single use.
Oh.
What?
I guess you wouldn't want to reuse a.
Yeah, it's been up the butt.
I
Well,
could
but
wash it,
thermometers
right?
go
I
up the
guess.
Yeah,
I
can
don't
you
know.
just like wash them?
Hey, America,
Hey.
disposable culture.
Yeah. Hey, innovators.
Make-
Make a dishwasher safe butt hose
Yeah,
Oh, like a Diva cup for
for baby butts.
yeah.
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 yeah,
There you
sure.
go.
Disruption.
I don't understand how we're not billionaires.
I don't either. Probably because we say we're going to talk about something and then go off on some tangent.
Yeah, the one baby product that I joked with our doula about
Uh-huh.
was a cover for a baby's genitals, so it
PP
didn't
tent.
pee on you while you were changing its diaper.
Yep.
What? It's
That's
just
a
like a
real
little
thing.
piece of plastic, like a little pyramid.
Like
It's a real thing.
Yeah,
that
It's a real
but
thing.
then then
It's a
I also
pee-pee
learned I was
tent.
like, look, at this dumb idea that I've got for you. That's basically just a washcloth.
Yep.
Because that's all you need to do.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
throw like a washcloth or a diaper
Yeah,
on
just
top
a
and so they don't
diaper.
pee in your face.
Yeah.
But no, they sell like a concave
Yeah.
thing that's like just a part of a jock strap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's wild that it exists and is not just a piece of cloth
Well, I feel like
that you already have.
there's this product that's like a. It's not Burt's Bees. It's someone else. Butt Balm.
Yeah.
It's got a
Sure.
funny name.
Dr.
Yeah.
Bordeaux's butt balm?
Yes.
Or whatever. Butt paste.
Butt paste.
Butt paste.
Butt paste.
You know
Yes.
so much about babies.
But the reason I know this product is because it is always registered for and or always purchased for a baby shower.
Oh.
Yeah.
I have never been to a baby shower that didn't include the butt
butt
paste.
paste.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's good paste.
Oh, is it?
Is it just to keep
I just
the
thought
butt
it was a funny name.
smooth and not irritated?
No
Not
diaper
irritated.
rash.
Yeah.
I used to babysit for a family that had one of those like pee-pee tent things.
Yeah.
And it shot across the room.
Oh, wow.
The tent?
Yeah.
The power
Wow.
of the baby's
The
urine
spray?
shot it
It's got
across.
Yeah,
good
it just like
stream.
it was like foop, and it just
It's
like
got amazing flow.
You need a strap. You need to strap it down
Yeah,
somehow.
right?
Wow.
That's amazing.
That's impressive.
That kid's going to be so good at peeing.
Yeah.
Wow.
Champion. There aren't any babies in this movie.
No.
no, unless you consider teenagers babies.
Yes.
No.
But some of them are they teenagers?
Was
Great
there a
question. Heath
single
Ledger's what,
teenager?
like
50?
20 to 30
Yeah.
years old?
Okay.
No, he's early 20s.
We're talking about the actor or the character? Because I'm very confused.
Either.
about that.
Actor.
Either. He's like smoking and drinking in a pool bar at
Yeah.
one point.
Like,
He's
did he just
also
not get
Australian.
Carded or?
Yeah, he. Do you think that he moved here from Australia, and he's like, I'm gonna like just sign up to go to high school, even though I'm way too old to go to high school because I have nothing else to do.
Whoa.
But
I
he's-
get free lunch.
He said he lived in Australia till he was 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Maybe
he was
it's
in
10
Milwaukee.
Aussie years.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, when you're in the southern hemisphere,
Yeah.
you age differently.
Oh,
yeah.
really?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
10 years Australia is like 20 here.
Yes,
Whoa.
that's correct.
So it sounds like it's twice as long
yeah.
But can we just talk about how
or short.
nice it is that they just let him be Australian?
Yes, I
Mm-hmm.
was like, when he first started talking, I was like, ooh, he's like really not trying that hard. But then I'm like, oh no, wait, he's supposed to be Australian. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
They clear that up really early
Yeah,
on,
they
which
do.
is
Yeah.
nice though.
Well, they cleared up though because Allison Janney's horny guidance counselor is like super racist against him.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, let's talk about Allison Janney.
Yes.
She's fantastic. She's only a couple scenes, but she's
oh man,
a guidance counselor who just only wants to write erotica.
Yep.
That's all she wants to be
Well,
doing.
I mean, I don't know that it's erotica as much as just straight up romantic fiction.
She only is focusing on the genital parts in the movie.
Have you not read romantic fiction?
What's the difference from what he's talking about then?
I think,
Like a romance novel.
sure, romance novel, it's a wide-ranging genre that I don't think we need to look down our noses at.
No, I think
She's
but-
writing sex books.
Yeah, but Dan's saying it's like one of the ones with like just a lot of sex talk in it.
Yeah.
I mean, I get that.
There is a spectrum.
I just feel like it's overstating it to call it erotica.
All she's figuring out is how to describe erect penises. That's all
Yeah.
we see of her
She's
work.
just
That
locking
is
into the sex scenes.
60% of romance novels.
Sure, but
That's just the part she's working on right then.
it was literally all that was on screen. It was
That
3 lines.
We got like
There was no
how
sense
much
of other
it?
pages. There was no indication she had been writing
No.
this since before that day.
I like, I literally think that student walked in
Yep.
and she opened up her laptop. It was like 1 minute and
Yep.
then named the file after herself.
Yes, yes, she did. Yes, she did.
And then she was like, just 1 second. And then she just wrote that one sentence and worked on it for a while and then was like, oh, you're still here.
Yeah.
Do you think that's her move? Like she just tries to keep students out of her office by loudly writing erotic fiction.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, how flirty those two are. Her with Heath Ledger.
Oh, dear.
I'm like, I hope he's over 18.
Like in a prejudiced, bigoted against Australia way.
Yeah.
She tells him to keep it in your pouch next
After she
time.
calls him a kangaroo
Yeah.
boy?
Kangaroo
or just
boy,
kangaroo?
yeah.
Wow.
That's fucked up.
yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, white people, it's still racist if you make fun of other white people. It's not as racist. It's still racist.
Yeah, it's funny though. There's some. She's hilarious though.
Oh,
She
yes.
crushes being a horny
Yep.
guidance counselor.
Yep.
There's a lot of good teachers. Mr. Morgan
Oh.
was
Oh.
really doing it for
So
me.
good.
He's their
The best.
English teacher.
Yeah.
He has to be, right?
Yeah.
They
Yeah,
did Shakespeare
literature.
stuff.
Oh yeah, and he's got like authors in the background.
Yeah,
Mhm.
but he just won't take no shit from anyone.
So good.
The
Like
best.
you got the douchey pretty boy in there, and he tells him to shut up,
Yeah.
straight up, just like shut up.
You suck.
Yeah, and like sends Julia Stiles to the office for any good reason, and like immediately gets in her face about
Yes.
like you're gonna get up on your high horse about the patriarchy.
Yeah.
Yes, go talk to them and ask them why they can't have any books written by black people. He's a black man.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh, this movie got real fast.
Yeah.
And Mr. Morgan crushes.
That whole conversation.
Yeah. I have a question about that. Cause like, today, I don't feel like that conversation was that crazy. It was like, yeah, like these are both like huge problems.
Yes.
And like, there are different levels and all. Yeah. But in 99, that probably was like, whoa, you know?
I
Mhm.
feel
Oh,
like it
no,
just
wait,
washed
there's
over
racism?
me.
Yeah.
And sexism in the world?
Yeah.
But even the language it used, I thought was really similar language to what we use now.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
part of me, I feel, you know what? I felt the same way because I didn't watch The Wire until like 2000, maybe it was 17.
Yeah, I didn't start
Right.
watching it until a couple years ago too.
It came out in 2002.
Yeah.
When I watched it and I was like, how many people saw this show?
Yeah.
And then we're still for the last decade and a half,
Like
2
this is
decades,
fine.
like that's just how it is in Baltimore.
Yeah, I know.
Or like, oh, I'm sure that cop didn't plant something. You know what I mean?
I
was
had the
like,
same reaction.
what is the disconnect
Yeah,
here?
I had the
but,
same reaction. I was like, "Holy shit! This whole show is like."
But you know, I am quite sure that I watched that movie and I picked up on her feminism.
Yeah.
I don't think I had ever used the word patriarchy or thought about patriarchy.
Mm-hmm.
And I for sure didn't get Mr. Morgan's point, except to call her upper class, which I got.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that was a really tight 30-second introduction to the problems of the patriarchy and racism. It was very tidy and comedic and amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was unexpected.
Yeah.
I was
I-
impressed by it, honestly.
And I'm like, did some studio executive who made this, I mean, I guess it wasn't. It was made by a smaller film companies, but Touchstone
Mhm.
released it.
Mm.
But like, it's one of those movies where like, you know, the more introductions they have to different production companies, the smaller a film it was, right? Because
Mhm.
you had the little fish and the slightly bigger fish and then eventually Touchstone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was just like, some executive read that script at some point and we're like, okay.
Yeah. Who cares? We're not giving you that much money.
Or they were just like, "I don't really know what this page is about, but it's fine."
That seems fine.
So he yells at the girl. Yeah.
Was
okay.
it
that's-
funny?
Yeah.
Okay.
Teachers yell. Yeah.
Yeah, teachers yell at girls. Yeah.
Yeah.
Girls give lip to teachers.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
just talking and they got to go to the principal's office.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Girls. Ugh!
Very
Wow.
alternative. But I'm telling you, Julia Stiles probably never got more than 10 minutes to any of those literature classes.
Right?
No.
Like even at the end when she does well, she gets
Yeah.
like kicked out
Yeah.
for some reason.
Let's-
Yeah.
This movie is like, it's like about withhold. Like it's like everyone has their own forms of withholding. So Julia Stiles never gets to stay in class. Heath Ledger's character never gets to finish a cigarette.
That's so true.
I don't know. Her little sister never gets to do anything, I guess.
Yeah.
Until a man allows her to,
True.
basically. Cameron, I don't know.
He never learns French.
No, well, he learned a little.
Just
Not
enough.
much. I mean, there's a hole in his textbook, so. What was Heath Ledger making in that shop class? Was that ever clear?
Oh no.
I think he was just like holding
Just breaking stuff down?
Yeah, he's just like, I don't
I
care.
was going to grind.
Yeah.
What do you think it was, a pipe?
Maybe.
Oh, I was going to say
say
birdhouse.
boomerang.
Oh,
Boomerang.
What?
Dan!
Come on, Dan.
what did I just say?
Dan.
What did I just
I
say?
don't know.
Keep it in your pouch.
Whoa. Yowza.
Yeah. I don't know what he's making. Probably something badass.
Sorry.
Oh, we should talk about his pants.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
That we only see for 1 second.
Yeah, so he
I'm
goes
so
to the
pissed.
skunk
I'm
club
so pissed about those
to
pants.
try and meet up with Julia Stiles, which I guess is a
It's like
I don't know.
Lilith Fair, except more alternative and a club.
But it was weird because it was like a place, not an event,
Yeah.
right?
I've never seen a place like that. That's
No.
like a rock club, but mostly the crowd is women.
Yeah.
I don't
was
know.
I was expecting them to be like, oh, this is a lesbian bar.
Right.
But they didn't,
No,
and
it was
I don't
just
think they
mostly
were
women.
trying to apply that in any
No.
way.
I think it was just some chick band that attracted chicks that night.
Yeah.
Yeah, chicks.
But he also was like, I can't go to the skunk club. Like
I can't be
just
seen
the
there,
location
yeah.
was like antithetical to his persona.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway, he walks in and I think he's wearing like
We don't know.
leather pants,
don't
but
know.
we only get 2 seconds to
They're
see him and
They're
they
like
never show him
shiny.
again.
So glossy.
And then the bartender knows him,
yeah.
right?
Okay. Again, how
Okay.
old is this character?
And why can't he be seen there if he knows the bartender? Something went down.
Oh.
Maybe he used to be a regular there
Mm.
and then he had to regulate on someone
Ooh.
Oh,
Wow.
and they kicked him out.
Maybe.
wow.
Just slight detour. Can we talk about how creative the rumors about him were?
Yes.
That basically people saw him as a criminal.
Yes.
And he had all kinds of rumors from like he's eaten a live duck.
Yep.
Yeah.
He sold his liver
Yeah.
for some reason.
Had some sort of porn career.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't remember. There were just a bunch. And it just seemed like somebody brainstormed the list of most insane rumors.
Yeah. I appreciate the fact that, like, because of the plot of this movie, they were like, okay, we can't make Heath too skeevy looking.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because,
Yeah.
like, the way they were talking about him, just like, he still looks way too, like, a nice of a dude
Yeah.
for
But he
these
wears
rumors.
all black clothing most of the time.
I guess, but even so, he's wearing like olive green cargo pants. I don't know. Like, I just think of
Yeah,
the kids in
nobody
my
mixes
high
it up.
school that you'd have stories like that about. I'm like, they did not look like that.
No, it was
They-
very intimidating.
Like, he was just sort of like, oh, his hair's slightly longer than conventional, but it actually shapes his face very nicely.
Oh, he smokes,
I guess.
Yeah.
I guess. I think it was more the way he carried himself.
Do you think it was just that he had an accent? They're like, where's he from? Oh,
Okay,
did you hear
'cause I mean-
Australia is a penal colony?
Oh, man.
That's why
Listen.
they think he's a criminal.
Yes.
Oh, it all makes sense.
No, listen, if a cute Australian guy were new at a high school, are
Yeah.
you shitting
Oh
me?
my God, right?
Everybody would want to date him.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, I can't even tell you, like, a new guy came into my high school as a senior. He was already dating somebody seriously. But I mean, it was just like everybody, especially girls who, I mean, this is still patriarchy, but typically we're dating older guys, right? So when
Mhm.
you're a freshman, you've got freshmen, sophomores, juniors, and seniors that are potential people you might date.
Right.
And every successive year, your pool of
Oh.
potential date people gets smaller.
Right.
So to have a new senior, because you could date a sophomore guy, but come on, you're
Yeah.
already emotionally like at a totally different level, right?
Yeah, those
So to
boys are
have
idiots.
A full-grown senior boy man.
With
Yeah.
an
Boy man.
With an
He's
Australian
probably like 19
accent.
years old or maybe 20.
and
I mean, he
beautiful
could be
locks.
beautiful.
Come on.
That's
And there is
Smile.
no way. I mean, those rumors would have to be bad to keep you away, and I still feel like
it.
would not have kept him away from Molly Chase.
Come on, right?
I mean,
You
You'd be
don't want
like-
that down?
Like, I don't care.
No.
Yeah.
Like, oh,
He also didn't seem very interested in engaging with his peers.
No.
yeah.
I mean,
Because
he.
are they really his peers?
Yeah.
Oh, because he's 25.
Yeah.
yeah. Except the one like biker Mad
Yeah.
Max.
Who
Also
the
is
Warriors
probably
guy?
25,
Yeah.
yeah,
30.
He got no lines, but that guy he might be my MVP.
Yeah.
Because he had almost no lines, and yet his body language established that they were friends.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He also very casually took a cigarette, was one of the many people who stopped Heath Ledger from smoking, took a cigarette out of his hand and put it out in the frog they were dissecting.
Oh, yeah.
But he did it in a way that I was like, oh, those are friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, he actually seemed very compassionate.
Mm-hmm.
I was reading like a very kind man coming off him,
Nice.
despite his like rough exterior,
Yeah.
which is
Oh.
maybe why he and Heath were such good buds.
It's true.
Yes.
And he literally had no lines, right?
Yeah.
I don't
Did
think
he
so.
ever
I think
get
he
to say
like
anything?
chuckled at one point,
Mm.
but I think that's it. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's probably still not in the Actors Union.
Oh.
Maybe made it. I don't know.
That was Leonardo DiCaprio.
Oh. Yeah. Speaking of the side characters, Julia Stiles also has a friend that we see like one time at the beginning.
Oh, yeah.
Not again for like an hour, and then comes back and real quick has a whole
like
romantic
her
arc.
story arc comes out
Yeah.
of nowhere.
Do you think they edited? Do you think they were like, we got to keep this close to a tight
Maybe,
90?
yeah.
Oh, that could be. That
I
makes
bet
sense.
they dropped so
because
much.
she also had her best friend, and then her best friend was gone, and then she had a new best friend.
No, it was the same best
What?
friend.
What are you talking
What
about?
wasn't Gabrielle Union her best
No,
friend?
that
No,
was
that was
Bianca's,
Bianca's
best friend.
Oh, I don't know what I'm talking
Oh
about.
my God,
You're right.
Beth.
I'm so tired.
All these women.
Don't you
Gabrielle's
remember
saying-
Bianca's the cute one and Julia
Oh,
Stiles is
yes.
the mean
She's-
one?
Oh, I think
What do you think I was going to say?
fucking ugly one.
Julie
Oh,
Stiles
jeez.
is a pretty lady.
She is very
I
cute.
Yeah.
will stand. Is that right?
But
Julia
her
Oh, yeah, you
delivery of
stand Julia Stiles?
sarcasm
I don't
was
know,
real
do
hard
I?
to take.
Yeah.
Wasn't it?
Her what?
Her delivery of sarcasm, it was hard.
It's a little heavy.
Yeah, I agree that she doesn't
She's
have my
okay.
favorite
She's
delivery
okay.
of lines.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
all a little
It's a little much.
wooden.
Which is weird because this works, the script is written for someone with a wooden delivery, right?
She
or with an
actually-
overly flowery.
Yeah. She almost did better when she was being pleasant and fun.
Yeah.
Which is surprising since her whole character is oh, I'm a grump.
That's true. Yeah, no, she was easier.
Yeah.
But yeah, there were certain lines that would be hard for almost anyone to
Sure.
deliver. It definitely had the writer's voice in it.
Yeah.
And occasionally, Bianca would also get lines that were definitely the writer's voice
Mhm.
that you were like, oh, she really doesn't understand or believe
What
that
she's
line.
saying.
She's just having to get through this.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's just something about Julia Stiles trying to deliver this one really sarcastic line. And I'm just like, this is just edit. Just skip it. Just
Maybe-
Skip it.
Maybe she was distracted because based on the blooper reel at the end, they were just having too much fun on
Whoa.
that
They
kooky
were
set.
having
There
so
was
much
yeah.
a lot of
fun.
teenage,
Horniness.
yes, happening.
Yeah.
A lot of it.
They broke the scene a lot by just trying to kiss each other.
Yes.
Everybody.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Including
Although-
Jan.
Yeah.
Allison Jan and Jim guy.
Gym guy.
Yeah.
Gym teacher guy.
But my favorite part about those end credits was when there's a scene where they're at the dance and all you can hear, because they don't actually play
Yes.
the music,
Oh,
so
God.
it's quiet, but everyone's dancing, so it's just clomp, clomp, clomp. It's just so loud.
Oh, that just reminded me of. Sorry, what?
I just didn't want to lose the thread on Shakespeare friend,
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes.
Right.
who's
Sorry.
just her one from the beginning. Don't see her for an hour, and then by the end, it's she's paired up
Yeah.
with the helper friend of JGL, and they both find that they love Shakespeare, and they have a Ren Fair proposal
Yeah.
almost to each other at the prom.
I do wonder if there were some scenes that got cut of him trying with her more, because there was one scene where
Yeah.
he tried to talk to her and it didn't go great.
Mm-hmm.
And I do wonder if that was something that there was more to it.
I mean, that's very Shakespeare, right? Everybody ends up paired up.
Oh
in
yeah,
the end.
for sure.
Yeah, but a third romantic through line is a bit much for a 97-minute movie.
Some studio executive was like, keep it under 100 minutes.
Yeah, exactly.
Good job. Good note.
Good note. Dan loves a tight 90. We all know that. Speaking of dancing to no music, that reminds me of another MVP of mine, which was purple-haired
hair.
background
Oh my
dancer.
gosh.
She crushes.
The
Holy
best.
shit. So at the giant party, there's a point where, I don't know, something semi-important to the plot is happening, but behind one of the characters is just this girl literally in a corner, just feeling that music that isn't actually being piped into the studio.
Yeah.
And she is with no one.
Yeah.
Her eyes are open. She's staring daggers into I don't know, a cabinet.
Yeah, or
like
I
a-
think there's
Yeah.
a plant by her.
Yeah.
Oh, but she's loving it.
Yeah. She is dancing with a wall, essentially.
So good.
Yeah.
And she's just into
Yeah,
it.
It's
she
like
looks
they-
like out of a Philip K. Dick movie, like that level of purple hair.
Yeah. And it's like kind of angular.
Yeah.
It's like they only had room for one extra, like literally in that space.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
They're
they
like,
found the
This
extra.
girl is crushing.
Yeah, we need
Yes.
someone who's dancing to show that it's a party.
She was dancing and looks cool.
Oh,
and she nailed it.
she
Yeah.
did nail it. Oh my god.
But
Heath Ledger doesn't turn around during that party.
Yeah, that was a
Yeah.
bet from Ben.
But-
No turnaround. I mean, a lot of people do turn
Yes.
around. in
Yeah.
this
There's
movie.
literally someone who says a line that's like, "Wait, turn around."
But Julia, I keep on wanting to say Julia Child.
Yeah.
I mean,
Julia Child does turn around.
does she?
Yeah.
She's always facing the camera.
Yeah, because she's like, "Oh, I'm drunk,"
Oh, I was talking
and she
about
like
Julia
walks away.
Child. Sorry.
Oh, I get it.
Oh.
You can cut that out. That was terrible. This
No,
is all terrible.
I'm leaving it in. In fact, I'm playing it again right now.
Oh wow. Okay. Does she?
Yeah.
She's always facing the camera.
Still good the second time.
Yep. You're welcome.
I just want to say I know how many times people turned around because every time someone turned around, at least one of the Dans, if not both,
Yeah.
would look to Beth and say, "Is that it?"
Just trying to be supportive.
Yeah,
of a
we're trying to
turnaround bet.
support her turn bet.
Yeah, it didn't happen.
Speaking of bets.
Unfortunate.
Yeah.
We bet on the 10 things
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
she would hate about him.
Yeah. I don't think we got any of them.
No, you
We
got some of
We
them.
got at
did?
least one.
Okay.
Mhm.
Number one, beer drinking.
No.
No.
I mean, they imply
Yeah.
that she's not into the booze.
Yeah.
Well, she's not.
Because
Well, that's
Heath
how
is like,
she-
"What are you doing?"
Yeah, so just
But
to
then there's real
clarify,
talk.
at the big party, Julia Stiles, for whatever reason, final straw is Hot Rod Joey, who
Yep.
it turns out she has a past with.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is going after her sister and being a real shit about
Real
it.
hot rod Joey about
Just
it.
a real Hot Rod Joey.
Yep.
And that drives her to drink.
Mhm.
And she drinks, gets a little bit, I mean, I don't know, I guess out of control as compared to her character typically.
Yes.
And she does a dance that's a little bit sexy, but I thought a very solid dance on a table.
Sure.
Yeah.
She's got those
But then
dance skills.
Hits her
Why not put
head
'em in there?
on a chandelier.
Oh,
maybe
that
gets
would
a
hurt
concussion.
so bad.
But I believe the point of the whole thing is that he is a
Good man.
hashtag good
Oh,
man
yes.
because he never takes advantage of the situation and watches out
This,
for her.
yes, that is the bar for good men.
That's good
Yeah.
I
bar.
agree.
Just not.
When faced with a drunk woman,
Yes.
teens,
Hey.
when faced with a drunk woman, don't have sex with her.
Or anything
Or
Yeah.
that
kiss
they
her.
don't.
Even.
Yeah.
That
did
was
do
that
that.
was the good man scene where she
Yeah.
leaned in for a kiss and he's like, maybe some other time.
Oh, he was being a good man there in terms of her drunkenness?
Yes.
I read it as like, oh, I'm paid to go on a date with you and that's shitty.
No,
No.
man, he's into her by that point.
He's
Are you
so
kidding?
into her.
He
Okay.
watched her puke on a swing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't fall in love with a girl after that?
He didn't really help that much with her hair.
No.
He could have helped.
He has longer hair. You'd think
I
he'd
know,
understand.
Her
He
hair
could
was
get
probably
it.
just so full.
Oh god.
Yeah.
But I
Just-
wonder if part of her was like laughing a little or the stuff tasted gross and her hair just covered it up and they were like, let's leave it. Because
sure.
who wouldn't throw their hair back? I guess somebody who has a concussion.
I mean, she was like falling off that swing.
yeah.
That's
so-
true. Okay.
yeah.
I withdraw.
Also, I do want to say, like, teens, if you have a friend who's drunk, don't put them on a swing.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
that was a bad move.
They're going
Yeah.
to fall off.
Especially
Stable
a swing
bench.
on top of a hill.
Stable bench.
Yeah.
And if they don't have a concussion, you can let them go to sleep.
Yes.
But put them on their side so
Yep.
they don't choke on their tongue
Yep.
Or, vomit.
or vomit.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I do want to mention, though, the Cowboys did have an appearance at that party. They were teaching some kid to spit.
Oh, that's
yeah.
right. Yes. Yes.
Oh, Molly, thank you so much. That's right. They had taken what's his name? Bogey?
Bogey.
Yeah,
Yes,
bogey.
like golf.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Yes, that makes sense. Yeah, they had some like delightful crystal container of Bogey's parents, and they were just spitting chaw into it on the
Yeah.
stairs and teaching some other kid how to do it.
Oh, so
Like you
great.
do at a high
Oh
school
my
party.
god!
You do when you're a cowboy.
I don't even know what I would. I don't know. I can't get over the Cowboys.
They're very good.
I think it does capture the essence, though, of trying very hard to be something that you're not in
Oh
high school.
yeah.
Like really trying on another identity.
And like I was half jokingly asking Dan about West Coast high school identities, and like I imagine like in more like ranch land areas of the country, there probably are like straight up cowboy cliques of dudes. I would think.
Yeah.
But like I don't know about Tacoma, Washington.
No, especially not
At
like
Hogwarts.
a very upper class school.
Yeah.
From the looks of it.
Yeah. But hey.
Who knows? Maybe they're
No.
busting them in from the countryside.
Oh yeah.
So number 2 thing we bet she hated about him.
Yep.
Cut that hair.
Yep.
No.
No.
Nope. No comment on the
Hair was
hair.
great.
Hair looks great.
Hair
Yeah.
does look great.
Although it looks progressively great.
Whose hair? Heath's
Heath
hair?
Ledger's.
You think it gets better?
gets better?
You think because he's trying to look better to her
I don't
for
know.
her?
I think because we as the audience are supposed to
Just
like
get
him a
into
little
it,
more,
I'm
and so the
sure.
hairdresser knew that.
It was. I did find it a little like I found it weird that after a while, like whenever he was like the most sweaty, I was like, oh, this is the exact same haircut he had in the Batman movie, and that is very
Oh.
disturbing.
Oh yeah.
I never saw that Batman
Weird.
movie. It just made me too sad.
He's so good in that movie.
Yeah, that's what I hear.
Anyway, same hair, and it was weird.
Same hair weird.
Yeah.
And I know, but Batman always makes me think of that terrible kiss between Nicole Kidman and Val Kilmer.
Yeah.
Oh, so
And
we
I
want
just want to say
yeah, please.
that Heath Ledger had the opposite of that kiss.
He did good.
Yeah.
He's such a good on-screen kisser.
So good.
He's great. It seemed very natural.
Yes.
Very easy.
Yes.
Oh, perfect for a teen movie.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And the perfect amount, too.
Yeah.
Like, not too all in their grill.
Yeah. But he's
know.
experienced,
I mean, he's like in his 20s.
He is
I get
25 years old.
it. I get it.
which
But
is a
you know
nice
what I'm saying.
contrast to Bianca and JGL's kiss, which was like a
Oh.
little askew.
Yeah, they
It was
didn't
a
quite
little
line up.
hard.
That might have been on purpose. I mean, that honestly
Could've
might have been a
been.
deliberate direction. I'm just
True.
like, you're
Yeah.
not good at this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was like supposed to be like you are like because she like kind of grabs his face.
Yeah,
and
he didn't
turns
know it
and
was
then
coming.
like yeah.
Yeah.
So it's supposed to be rushed and weird. I
Yeah,
guess.
that's fair. I think all these are really fair points.
But also, hey, teens,
Yeah.
just plan your strategy a little bit. Like you don't got to rush in.
Yeah.
Like if it's clear that you both are into this, take a second,
Yeah.
plan your approach.
And you know what? You don't even have to talk a lot. You can just play paintball.
Oh, yeah.
Which, well, not paintball. Like when you say paintball, our listeners are thinking of like people with air guns and little
Yeah,
pellets.
that's true.
Yeah, yeah.
This
They-
is apparently Seattle paintball.
Yeah, called paintballs, where they just throw water balloons filled with paint at each other.
In like a haystack
Yeah.
with like weird sculptures
And people flying kites in the background.
and a good dog.
And a good dog.
Such a good dog. Play frisbee.
That might
with
have been
that
the
dog.
same dog.
I think it was the same
It's
dog.
different parts. It's
Yep.
a black lab that makes a couple
Probably
appearances.
the director's dog.
Yeah.
Mm.
Or
Great dog.
his dog. Oh.
Aw. Yeah, no, that was also really nice. And I was like, what a refreshing change. Because
Yeah.
I feel like almost every teen movie, at least that I see, there's always some talk build up. And this was just a nice, like,
They just like each other.
they just like each other. They're going to kiss. Great. And then they're going to throw more paintballs at each other.
Just some classic 90s jams.
Yeah. Oh, man, the
Oh,
music.
Sound
was
yeah.
just popping
oh.
off.
Loved it.
And I just want to go on record. I hated all of that music while it was happening.
Well, you were a cool college chase.
Yeah.
back then.
I was a
Smoking-
very cool high school student.
Smoking
too.
weedy cigarettes, watching movies with kids on motorcycles.
I was definitely not smoking weedy cigarettes, but I was smoking regular cigarettes for a good portion of my
Molly.
life.
Shades.
Yes.
My
Teens don't
goodness.
listen.
Yeah,
Sometimes
teens.
I
Hey,
miss it just a little bit. Don't listen, teens. Don't smoke
But
or vape.
one thing we have learned from this podcast is smoking looks really cool.
It looks really cool.
like if Heath had been given the chance, he would have looked so
Oh.
cool.
Yeah.
Oh, can you imagine a Heath Ledger smoking lean?
Jesus.
Oh,
Oh,
Damn, I think
forget
you get
about
some
it.
of that in Brokeback Mountain, though. Doesn't he do some
Smoke
good
lean?
smoking
He's
and
got to do a
leading?
smoke lean in that
Cowboys?
Oh,
movie. He has to,
do
right?
you think that's where you got the Cowboys?
smoldering.
Is
Yeah.
it the
He's
inspiration
like,
for his
I did
Cowboys?
this movie. Oh, it's me, Heath Ledger. I did this
Wow.
movie a couple years back with a bunch of cowboys in the background. We should do a movie with cowboys in the foreground. Ong Lee, get on board.
So you're saying, hold on.
It was not based on a
Your
short story.
theory. No, I think this still works. I think it still tracks. So you're saying that Heath Ledger loved the cowboy extras in this movie.
Yes.
And he went to his agent. It was like, oh, AG. That's what you call agents in Australia.
Oh, I said Ong Lee. And didn't he direct?
Yeah, he
Okay.
did. But
Okay.
like, you got to
His
go to your
agent.
agent first. You're like,
Okay,
I want
makes
to do a
sense.
cowboy foreground movie. And then he's like, oh, Ang Lee's doing a short story about two ranch hands in contemporary America who find love with each other in a society that does not allow it. I turned into not an Australian man.
It was like English and then like
Just turned into
Southern.
something else. I don't even
Sort
know.
of ranchy.
Anyway, Heath Ledger does a beautiful job in that movie too.
He
Check it
does.
out if you haven't seen it. I'm sure he leans in that movie. He has to
he
lean in that
does.
movie.
And I will say, I don't know if everyone's heard this, but Matt Damon was offered a role in Brokeback Mountain.
Which role?
I don't remember. I hope not Heath Ledger's, because that's just anyway. He was offered it, but he had just finished All the Pretty Horses
Okay.
and did not want to do two
He wanted to be a
cowboy
cowboy
movies in a
man.
row. That's what he said. I don't know.
Hmm.
That's a justifiable reason. Not
Yeah.
do 2 cowboy
But
movies
also
in a
maybe
row.
his old Boston boy friends.
Yeah,
were just
with like,
oh,
"Hell,
Damon, you're gonna do a gay
you gonna
cowboy
kiss a
movie. That's not a
guy."
Boston accent at all.
Yeah. No, it's not
I like how the Boston guy
remotely.
also started with oi.
Oi, all right. Let's get into Boston Market.
Hey, it's me,
Oi, I'm
Matt
Pox
Damon's
Cock.
best friend.
I'm going to chug this clam chowder.
Sir.
Go socks, isn't it?
Wow. Oh, fuck Derek Jeter.
Yeah. You can't be in 2 cowboy movies. Go Pats.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's probably what happened.
What about 3?
Number 3. Things
Oh, right.
I hate about you. He's a dummy in class. He's not a good student.
Does he ever go to class?
He does. He sits in that class.
He says class.
Oh,
he
yeah.
doesn't seem to perform.
Doesn't do much.
We don't know how he's doing.
He's great at shop class, apparently.
Yeah.
That
So
might
no.
be
He
after
didn't read
school,
his
though.
sonnet out loud.
Ooh, that's
No.
right.
No.
But neither did anybody else except for
Yeah,
her.
except for
It was a
her.
very good sonnet.
Very good sonnet. She did great at delivering that sonnet.
Yeah, she did.
She
I'll
really
give
did.
her that.
Emotional range.
Yeah.
Yeah, just not sarcasm.
Number 4, he would be too forward. Yeah.
Yeah.
A little
I think
bit.
so.
He was
Little
super
bit.
forward.
He's
I
leaning
don't
on
think
her
he
car,
asked her
following
out.
her around.
Yeah, in
Yeah.
the first couple interactions, he was definitely a little too like,
And he was always like, so I'll pick you up at 9:30. Like, he was very assertive.
and he'd
Yeah.
also be like,
Ooh, you're hot, baby.
Yeah, he
Like-
gets progressively less gross.
Yeah.
But he
Yeah.
starts out very
pretty gross.
Yeah.
Number 5, that he would be skateboarding.
No.
No.
God, I
There
wish.
were some guys on skateboards,
Yes.
but they weren't.
Oh, there were also a bunch of guys on inline skates doing street hockey.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's true.
Street
which
hockey.
came out of
And-
nowhere.
Soccer was played.
Yeah.
Soccer's
Yes.
played. Julie Steyer plays soccer.
Boom.
She's a star player.
Boom.
Or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Soccer.
my
Soccer on
God.
that.
I said soccer.
Did you say
Okay.
football or basketball? Oh,
No, Beth
said
said
lacrosse.
football or
You
basketball.
could get spiced it up with soccer or lacrosse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
If you had known it was in Seattle, I'm sure you would have expanded out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay, what are you doing? Why are you taking this away from me?
Number 6.
Before we get to that,
Yeah.
can we also just talk about Heath Ledger's beautiful, vulnerable moments?
The song?
No, yes, the song on the bleachers with the band.
yeah.
That was
Oh.
very good.
Yes, it was very good. That marching band needs to get their instruments up. Their posture was
Oh
not
my
good. I saw
God.
a lot of horns pointed
Hey,
down.
you
at
know
an
what?
angle.
They probably weren't actually playing those horns in that scene.
Okay, well then act like you're doing a good job.
I have another question about that band
Yeah.
situation. Okay, so we're shown that Heath Ledger takes the $300, which I then have to backtrack to another question.
Yeah.
Hot Rod Joey's like, I'm going to pay you $200 to do this thing, like take Judas Sal's prom, whatever, right? And then
Yeah.
he's like, I don't want the money. And then Joey Howard does this amazing thing where he's just like, all right, and he's like ruffling through his cash, and he's like, what about $300? And he clearly he was going to give him $200 bills.
Yeah.
Right?
There's
So he
one.
clearly just gave him one other bill, but he wadded it up in a weird way to make it seem like this is a lot more money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's all. I just had to get it off my chest. Second,
Well, he did not pay the band all that money because he had to save some to buy her that Fender guitar at the
well,
end.
that makes it even more confusing then, because he handed money to the what's the name of the guy with the
Band leader
Drum major.
Okay, he hands some money to the drum major, right?
or the band leader.
Tension
And then-
is building.
Wait, what do they call it in your neck of the woods?
Road race. Peach major.
Car park, garage, car ramp. Major.
It's a deck. It's a
Car-
parking
oh,
deck.
Parking
that's
deck peach road.
psychotic. Anyways, so he gives money to that guy, right?
Yeah.
And then it's then you learn because that guy's the drum major or band leader, and he's he got all the whole marching band to go along with him. But is he distributing that cash to the whole
Probably
band?
pocketing it.
Right?
Oh, yeah. They
I
didn't
thought
get
about
anything
it.
for
Because
that.
how could you distribute it to that many people? It's only a couple $100
No,
at
he probably
most.
bought pizza for the whole band or something.
Okay.
Because he had to convince them to get out there
Right.
when they weren't really, and to learn a new song, I'm assuming.
Maybe.
And
They
Or-
might
Or
play that for Pet
negotiation.
Band.
yeah, maybe Heath was like, "What songs do you know?"
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. Which one's sort of romantic?
Yeah.
Maybe he convinced them. He's just like, "Okay, guys, this dude's gonna make a complete ass of himself.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be awesome, and we get to watch the two bumbling security guards try to catch him."
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point. Also, I felt like the band played the right amount of good. You know what I mean?
Oh, they weren't
didn't
amazing
sound
at it.
Amazing.
Yeah.
But they
Yeah.
didn't sound noticeably bad. They were
Mhm.
just straight on,
High school. pep
probably learned
band.
it an hour earlier.
I mean, marching band's usually more of an elite squad, right?
Oh yeah.
maybe it's a JV band. That's why they had their instruments pointed down.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah, that's why they didn't sound as good. Number 6. We thought he'd have dumb friends. He doesn't really have any
He
friends.
just has
He's
that
just one guy, and he's fine.
like
Yeah.
mute punk friend
Yeah.
who's
Yeah.
apparently very nice and also doesn't want him to smoke.
Yeah. He would be mean to people below him, a nerd or stuff. He kind of is, but she doesn't seem to care about that.
Who's he mean
She
to?
doesn't see a lot of it.
Just people in general,
But
right?
he's just like
Yeah, that's his
Just being
everybody,
general
right?
attitude.
Yeah,
It's not because they're lower status.
because he's just as mean to Joey Hot Rod.
yeah. He's too into cars.
No,
No.
not at all.
Well, he leans on that one car. I think it counts, and I should totally get credit for it.
Okay.
All
All
right.
right,
Okay, credit.
jeez.
Thank you.
You're just mad about the soccer.
I'm mad about a lot of things.
Oh, jeez.
He would ogle someone in the hallway.
No,
actually.
No.
Ogling.
He's not
Good for
He
him.
was
He doesn't creep on
He had
anybody.
some real creep lines towards the beginning.
To
but you
her?
forget about them. No, just in general. Mostly to the other guys. He was like, "What does her tits taste like? Beer or something?
Oh yeah.
What?
What?
Nipples taste like beer?
Oh, I did
Something
not
like that.
catch that line at all.
Yeah.
Maybe I was getting more food.
They were like, why is everybody obsessed with that
Oh,
girl?
Bianca,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Heath said that?
Yeah,
Oh.
I know. He had some
Heath.
there were some very disappointing, highly sexual lines.
Maybe
But also,
it's just
like-
like what they say in
I was,
Australia.
and also
Yeah.
it's like I was gonna say it's like high school dudes.
Yeah, it was high school
Like,
duty.
I mean, I'm not.
Duty.
Yeah, right.
Duty.
I'm not saying it's appropriate. I'm just saying it's authentic.
Okay.
Yeah.
Teens, hey,
Teens?
Hey, don't be like
think
that.
about it. Think about what you're saying out
Yeah.
loud.
Hey, respect women.
Hey, respect women. Respect yourself.
Yes.
Yeah.
Teens.
Hey,
Respect yourself.
jeez, don't you forget about me.
Not in this movie.
Number 10, smoking. Yes.
Yes.
Big time.
Boom.
Hates
Nailed
the
it.
smoking.
Yep, that
Doesn't
is
like
like
the
her
smoking.
number one thing.
Mm-hmm.
Should have been the first thing that she hates about him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think mom had to leave because she was a smoker? Dad kicked her out?
Whoa.
He was like, that's bad for the babies that I am birthing every day.
Yeah.
Like my nicotine hands have to go touch babies? or
No,
something?
thank you.
Yeah.
Get out of my house.
Ooh,
Oh, you think he
Yikes.
kicked her out?
This dad.
yes, Dad.
No, if that dad had kicked her out, they would have been way more mad at him. They
That's
were
true.
way madder at her.
It did
Yeah.
seem like
And
they
she
were.
wore pearls.
Come on.
So
Is it-
I'm guessing not a smoker.
What?
Just
Why?
based
Oh.
on that alone.
Wait, what?
Wow.
She had a nice house.
Pearls don't smoke?
I direct you
could.
to Audrey Hepburn with a
Is-
cigarette.
Anyone from the 50s
Holder.
and 60s.
I'm talking 99.
All right, fine.
A lady in 99 who lived in that nice a house and had pearls. I'm just guessing. Maybe she had an occasional Virginia Slim.
Yeah, Virgie Slim.
Yeah. But
But-
we don't know. Like then she became a helicopter pilot.
That's
true.
So,
right.
Like we don't know
Stressful.
her
Stressful.
life.
How
Pursue her
stressful must that
career.
be?
I know,
Smoking in
right?
the skies.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, before we get to how we really feel about the movie, we like to read a review, an impression of a character from the movie, a review of our own podcast, totesrecall.com.
Can't help
Impression
yourself. You just
of a
can't help yourself.
character from the
It's
movie.
just Totes Recall.
But we don't have any, so
Wow.
too bad. Could have got more. Heath Ledger.
You know what? You know what, listeners? That's one thing I slightly dislike about you currently at this moment.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, skip that. But our rating scale was flannel high school activities.
Uh-huh.
Not. This is late '90s, so
Yeah.
there wasn't a lot of grungy flannel.
No, there were some
around
amazing.
Crop tops were already happening.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
baby tees.
A
Yeah,
lot of hair clips
Yes.
Oh.
with like the two strands
Yes.
in
the
the front.
sisters, the sisters had at certain points in the movie, the sisters had like some of the most '90s outfits in the world.
Yeah.
It was beautiful.
Oh my
Oh,
god!
that white pants, white
Oh,
hoodie
at the
with
end,
angels
Bianca's
on the back.
thing, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Shit.
Amazing.
Very
Yeah.
good. Dan?
Yep.
Yeah, Dan, you gave it 4.
Okay.
I didn't write any notes.
I think I was like, this will probably be better than Freaky Friday style teen
Oh,
movies
yeah,
because
yeah.
it's like trying to be something specific instead of just like a crass marketing attempt.
Mhm.
I'd agree with myself. It was. I found it entertaining. There was actually some good jokes, and interesting character arcs that I wasn't expecting. Like there was a lot more stuff going on under the surface than I was expecting. I thought it was just gonna be a lot of dumbness. Heath Ledger is so charming, dreamy in this movie. God damn it! And Joseph Gordon-Levitt is also in this movie, being charming and dreamy most of the time. Yeah, I'll stay with 4. 4 flannel high school activities. We are dancing to how are they described it? A women-led rock band of the indie persuasion, which then Heath Ledger was very disparaging about. Hey, Heath, you know what?
Yeah.
I was like you. I was a dumb alt kid in the 90s and was like, chick rockers. And I missed out on a lot of really good music when I was a teenager.
Yeah.
So stuff it. Put your vinyl pants on and go back to the skunk club.
Yeah.
4
See
flannel.
that? Is that where the bassist was, or is he at prom?
Bassist was the prom.
Oh, there's an MVP bassist who was just
so into it.
killing it on bass.
Yep.
But also was like 40
Yep.
with bleach tips. So good.
Amazing.
Beth, you gave it a 2. Honestly, I can't read any of my notes for any of our ratings, so you gave it a 2.
I gave it a 2. I don't remember why I gave it a 2. Yeah, I thought it was
Oh,
okay.
I do.
You do?
Yeah, because you were like, a lot of teens liked this movie when I was a teen, so that means I'd probably hate it.
Super alt.
Yeah.
It's because you were so alt.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was so alt that even the alt teens weren't alt enough for me. Yeah, I thought it was entertaining. I don't think it's a 2. I think it's a 3.
Wow. Nice.
I thought it was it was okay. It was middle of the road for me. I did love the Cowboys.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
And if I could rate them, I'd give them 1,000,000 flannel activities.
I mean, Cowboys bumped, that gave up my rating a buffer of at least a point for sure, no matter what the rest of the movie was going to be.
Any character eats beans out of a can.
Oh my God.
I'm
Yeah.
in.
Are you listening, Hollywood? Hey, $7 production. Go do a quick reshoot of Hobbs and Shaw. If there's a scene where Jason Statham talks in his ridiculous accent while eating a can of cold beans, but then beats the shit out of a guy with that can of beans, I'd see that movie 3 times in the theaters.
Or like that part where they drift under a 18-wheeler.
Yep.
Yeah.
If just like in the middle of that, it pulls out a
while
can
spinning.
of beans.
Oh my
Takes
God.
a big bite of pork and beans
my
and
God.
puts it back down.
There's a scene in the trailer where The Rock is eating ground coffee out of a can of coffee grounds. CGI that shit into a can of beans, and I'm there.
Yeah.
Day 1, midnight showing, buying an entire row for myself. Are you listening, Hollywood?
So you can run up and down it
Screaming.
and celebrate.
Yes. I agree. Watching Cowboys eat beans was the level of watching all those mimes leave the car. And what was that, Gremlins 2?
Yeah.
Just pure delight.
Oh my God.
I predicted a 4, thinking there would be something below the surface. I agree. There was. It was Cowboys eating beans in the background. Also, the Coffee Kids. They weren't as good as the Cowboys, but I really liked that there was a coffee clique.
Yep.
And they were having a really pretentious conversation about coffee, and there was a full-on barista cart in the quad of this
because they were at
school.
the richest school in the world.
And it's
Yeah.
fucking Seattle 90s.
Hogwarts.
Hey, Starbucks.
Hey, am I right?
Yeah, I think that's right. It was really good. A 4 is good.
Great.
That's right. Molly, you gave it a 4.
Yeah. I had complex reasons.
Yeah, you went on a journey that I don't remember any of.
I was going to feel bad because I'll miss Heath Ledger, which I
Oh,
totally
yeah.
do. And then I'd feel guilty for some reason.
You were feeling guilty for liking Julia Stiles?
Oh, no, for not liking her
for
as
not
much as
okay.
I should.
But then you'd rate it more because you felt guilty, but
Yeah,
then less
like
because you
compensatory.
didn't like her.
Yeah. So, okay, here's the thing.
Let's go. Break
There's
it down.
a lot about this movie that made me feel so joyful. Like, in particular, that it was such an alternative take on the high school movie, which was a perfect picture of its time.
Mm-hmm.
And I liked that. I like the ferocity of a lot of the dialogue was really fun. And I mean, Heath Ledger is just a dream. Like, he's a dream. Like, that's 3 points immediately. But yeah, parts of it were really hard to watch. Maybe authentically dude talk, high school dude talk, but also
you still got to listen to it.
still got to listen to it. And I did feel like, some of the chat about the patriarch and there were so many good points made it, blah, 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 blah. 4.5.
Great.
Oh.
Whoa.
Yeah. I mean, but it's also because I have this nostalgic feeling about this movie, right? That, you know, Beth, for example, I don't think had, because obviously she would give it more than 3. But okay, whatever. But yeah, and I don't know, something about the clothes and the time, it just all like just hit me in a very soft spot. So that was great. I mean, it was better than I remembered it,
Yeah.
which is great. That's really good. It makes me want to rewatch Heathers, except I'm worried I'll be disappointed.
I mean, Heathers is a very different movie.
Oh, it's totally different. It's way darker.
Yeah.
Super dark.
Way, way darker. But I feel like there's something, like this is that moment, right? Because you go through all the true grunge and flannel shirt wearing of the early 90s with Nirvana. And then by late 90s, you've got Britney Spears and crop tops.
Yep.
And so you still have some of that darkness with like the choker necklaces and some of the hair stuff. But you also have like hair clips and white hoodies. And you're definitely going into this totally other era that's more like the 50s or the 80s than it is, you know, the dark early 90s. So it's just an interesting time that I experienced, and I didn't experience when I was in high school, but something about watching an era depicted in a high school setting makes it easier to see, I guess, because all the social strata is so easily pointed out to you in the way that like sci-fi shows you societal stuff in a way you can't see when you're in it.
I agree. I think what you're saying is that the 90s is like the 90s as a setting is like the sci-fi movie of teen movies.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Where
I mean,
like,
basically.
The 90s was a weird time. Now that we're out of it,
Yeah.
like when you look back on it, it's a little weird.
It is. And it's so, there's such a, what do you call that? When you get in a car accident? Whiplash. There's such whiplash between the first half and the second half, but there's still overlap within it. Yeah, it was a really weird time.
Yeah.
It was really weird.
Right, Beth?
I don't remember.
So weird, right?
I was a child.
Oh, just pooping on your back. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had
You
to
remember
poop
where
on my
you
back.
were when you found out Kurt Cobain was dead? Pooping on your back,
You might have been pooping on your back.
94. Probably not pooping on your
No,
back. by then.
God, I hope not.
Pooping in a chair. The chair being the toilet.
Yeah.
A poop chair.
Yeah, I probably got an M&M or something for it.
Ooh, nice. I got star stickers. Maybe candy too.
I got star stickers.
Yeah.
Oh.
There was a chart on the wall.
Whoa, nice.
Poop chart. I don't think it was
.com?
called a poop chart. Poopchart.com?
Yeah.
That exists probably.
Probably.
I don't know what
Oh.
it is. I don't want to know what it is. Maybe I do.
I mean, hopefully it's poop charts.
Probably an app. There's got to be an app for that.
Oh, to potty train your child?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Do you need it though? Probably not.
I mean, what's the app going to do? The kid's going to get rewarded by the app?
Well, maybe
At like 3?
maybe the kid like
to
hits
5?
the button like I pooped, and then a little star cartoon comes up and it's like good job,
Yeah, probably.
and then that annoying guy from YouTube you hate also pops up and it's like good job poop man, bloop bloop bloop. Now I'm gonna trip over this hay bale or whatever he does.
Yeah.
Oh.
Right?
I
Is that
refuse
accurate?
I refuse to say his name.
Okay.
But yes.
Totes Recall is hosted by Molly Chase, Beth Gibbs, Dan Jaquette, and Dan Linden. Produced by Beth Gibbs. New episodes of Totes Recall drop on the 15th of every month. For more information and bonus content, visit us at totesrecall.com. Thank you so much for listening.